France who hail Flamenco. Now God of mercy. It's a why did you miss so soon? I am there, miss your soul. When we ever see you again, when we grow my boy. Why did you miss so soon? I am there, miss your soul. When we ever see you again, why we grow my boy? Why did you miss so soon? I am I miss you so. When we are gonna see you again. Why did you miss so soon? I miss you so. When we are gonna see you again. Alright. The independence of Ghana is meaningless unless it's linked up with the total liberation of the whole African continent. You voiced it as Candaros as Thunder and made your mark as the black president.
Hello.
You thought us not to fool or carry water in a basket. You walk in the belly of the beast.
Let's share.
But you still hit the deadly nail into the slave master's casket. Osage, Kwame Nkrumah, you shouted, self-government now, when the rest of them still slumbered in the calcul of procrastination. Yet, imperialism, nepotism, pluralism, and yafu diseasm were never part of you as a man.
Sage, we see you. Sage, we see you.
Prefer self-government with danger to servitude in tranquility. As a little child, born to Yaniba and Kofi Ngoloma, and attending school in Afasini, you were full of ability. Materialism you hated like a cankerworm, as honesty soon made you a celebrity. At Kulungubu, the bombs flew around the edge, perpetrated by the enemies of serenity. Oh, jobless, let no one curse. The saying goes with no element of inferiority.
Wasahine, one blood, bless her.
Was toppled by some cacophonous drunk soldier man with no dignity.
Mummy share video and why? And they obey your butu. Come.
Very strategy. Oh, Sage, we love you.
You're the best man from Africa. Come liberate my brother from mental slavery. Yeah. Oh yeah, Granny Kwame Nkrumah. You're the best man from Africa. Come liberate my brother from mental slavery. Say me can deny your inspiration for the black nation. No need to fight, we should unite for the future generation. Oh yeah, Kwame Nkrumah, Kwame Nkrumah, Kwame Nkrumah, Kwame Nkrumah, Kwame Nkrumah, do re mi fa sol la ti do. Musical soul fast echo from the acts of the rambless man. A musical leader whose love for black dignity would always be true and remain like the footsteps in the sand. Wake up the spirit of Africa and uphold the name of a great son of the land. You love Africa so much so that you never looted any booty from the motherland. Hail Nkrumah, Osagyefo, Nkrumah, hail the king.
Sage, Sage, my brother, how are you? Let's share the video. Kamal, Isa, I dey see you, brother. Osahini bakope. I dey see you. I dey greet you, my brother. Julius, I dey answer you, brother. Let's share the video. Africa, we need to unite. Africa, we need to move forward. Kofi, I dey see you. One love, Kofi. I dey see you. One love. Sage, yeah. OBRONI, ASANTEWAA, yes, and yeah, Sage bakope. Say something to say.
I did.
Oh, you say already? Yeah.
Sage knows. He knows he's our number one.
Yeah, Sage is online. Yeah. So please, let's share the video. And today the topic is so big. And we want the world and our people also to know.
That new African is ready to fight his own battle, and after all, the black man is capable of managing his own affairs.
I got a kickstart upon the throne of Ethiopia. Through the remarkers, Mahandara, one super. Salam Najum. Greetings, Black Masalams and Jamba. Hundreds, 100 millions, and many more. We were back like fish in a can of shit that made shows. They took black magic and Ashanti's golden stool. Oh yes, we wrecked the plantations and never get no pay.
See your hat blinking there. Do you see that? I'm like disco.
Yes, it's blinking.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's blinding me.
Yes, it's blinking.
Africa,
Africa, yeah, lady.
Mama Africa, Africa, you see, a nation without any mystery is like a tree with a root. That kind of tree could never bear no fruit, Mama Africa. Before we dance abroad, we got to learn to dance a yard. Divide and rule could only tear us apart.
He said, call me now and see something.
Sage. You be free. Mummy and share video. You be free. Everybody have a time to go. Obia beba be trenadin. Africa is for me and you. So we should share the video. Let the video go far. Because we want our leaders to know. Say, you better throw Biara, what platform way to be a Biara the Casa.
Chase them out, cause I'm too filthy. Mabrak. Strike them out, just like them cause of blasphemy. Them desecrated the holy lands at Timbuktu, Lalibela, Duri, Gaga, Duri. Chase them out of Duri, Gaga, Duri, Gaga, Duri, Gaga, Duri. Africa,
Mummy and share video. No, I'm a Sremo. Me and share video.
now they're back again. Anchor, Missy Wangwano, now our Biomo. In Africa, we sit and go.
This thing is not helping me tonight at all.
It's not helping.
No. Can you go back to this thing?
Misleaders who say that we leaders. Only betray we, I feel no shame. African people are eating more Chinese food now than Tiobo don't plantain. China man with guns down with indigenous, just like them one insane. Everywhere you go now, black people patronize cheap Chinese imitation like sugar cane. No,
Sage, yes,
Oh,
Sage.
he said he's wearing your t-shirt.
Oh my God. Sage Bakope.
Then I think if I have known that, then I should have got my pink and brushed my hair today. If I have known that one, I will have worn
African
my
nation
pink.
to the world. Yes, we are coming. Yeah, Basse Kakai.
But you know, we celebrate you more because you are real. So
Yeah, we celebrate you because you are real. You are real, brother. Bless up, bless up, bless up.
I don't think you can find it. Can you find it on YouTube again?
No, share video no. Why? Mommy share video no. Mommy share video. Today is another Saturday. I say, enipa no mu be hu say, enne so ye da foforo. Enne so ye another Saturday. Yen share video no. Obia wo ho kwan se oba no ono so ba be kire na adwene. Everybody have to come. So and also contribute because your contribution is much appreciated. Ye domu nyina mumye share video no na enko akiri enchia enkomma obi biara eye me ankasa me bra ba ko pe have bosom have bosom have bosom have nipa have bosom have bosom
Half bosom.
have bosom
Half nipper, half bosom.
have bosom nipa half bosom, half nipper.
No, it's the half nipper, half bosom.
That by me too, I can start it from the other side.
Why, you Chinese? You read backwards?
Yes.
Jesus.
But sorry, but that is how some people also read backwards. I don't want to mention a name, but some people do.
You don't need to mention that.
So half nipper, half bosom, bosom and nipper. Hey, bosom and nipper. Half bosom, half nipper, half bosom. So I think I win for now.
That's just because it's nonsense, so I'm just not going to bother to reply you.
So my brother from another
sense.
mother, God bless you and share the video for us. We need your contribution because it's much
And thank you
appreciated.
too also for your support.
Yeah,
so
thank you so much. Yeah,
no
thank
words.
You. Nana ya boache, nyame onka onso ho. Onka ho papa. What it? On count. And me see, it'll be a din de babe.
Don't look at me and
No.
speak to you. What am I going to do? Not
Eddie.
said-
It's not easy.
No.
Eddie, papa. Eddie, papa.
Eddie, papa.
Eddie,
Listen.
papa. Eddie, papa. And
And
Eddie,
Ezio.
papa. Sweet. After me. That's it. Yeah, Minia. You better dawase or say half nipa say I was say thank you, beautiful family,
Yes.
brother. Because we have you, we are beautiful as well.
That's it.
Yes. As far as our people are living we wake up and there's nothing happens for any of our friends.
As far
then
as
that
you wake
means-
up and there's no bad news.
Yeah, there's no bad news. That means we are blessed. So half nipa, half bosom, my brother from another mother. God bless you so much. Ye nyina ye free. Asase ba akoso. Ye no do ye ho. Together we can make it. Not that?
It's your catchphrase.
Yeah, my cat.
Catch.
I think you said cat.
Not you two.
Cat meow. Or which one?
Your daughter will come and run. She will run now because she thinks there's a cat here.
Oh my God. And after she will complain that this cat
Scratched her,
My
yes.
God. Mumien share video no na encourage na. Today we are here to just talk about something that is more important for me and you and the people. And yeah, wasembi yeah, can say baby ya chichiri puduo no ehwa na yesane. So baby ya chichiri buo no de to no ehwa na ye den
Throwing
esane.
stuff at me now?
No, my destiny go up off. So bye. And baby ya chichiri ade no ehwa na yesaye den yesane no. Ehwa na yesaye den yesane no. Enti se mo se obroni ya asantewa ye den ete hanoma. If you see her sit here and just to try and read and give us a definitions for the meanings that we don't know. Then not Mr. Ajekum program. Ajekum was doing some program about the like the education staff.
Yes.
So it's like because we don't want to read. You know, we don't want to read. Africans, we have to try and read. If Akwasi Broni want to come to your country, the first thing he buys graphic and he go to Google and search. I'm going to Ghana. So what is the safe place? What can I do? Which part is good for me? He search it before they will go there. They won't just travel like we travel to Libya without searching. Because if we try and search it and we know it, maybe we won't even attempt to do it. But because
no, I don't believe that, because you just won't. Your people won't believe it. They will go anyway.
They will go. They will think it's.
They
not
will
good.
go. You see all of the women in Saudi and what doesn't matter how many come back and tell them physically to their face in their language how terrible it is there. They still go.
They still go.
They still go
Because they don't care.
because not just they don't care. I
because
think
they don't believe it. Same like we don't
you know
believe
what,
stuff. All of
yeah,
that.
they don't believe it, but I also think they don't have a great enough love for their homeland, for their own country. I don't think that they have that.
Yes.
You know, you don't educate about the beauty of your country.
Yeah,
For
but
people to want to stay, and there's so much suffering and so much poverty that they're fighting for something better.
Yeah.
So sometimes, you know, you don't take a risk, then you don't get a gain.
Yeah.
So, and you also have that mentality of, oh, you don't want me to go because you two don't want me to have it.
Yes,
That's the
yes,
biggest
that one
thing I
is
think
true.
I've
Yeah,
seen
yeah,
with your
yeah.
people.
Yeah, yeah,
You
that
don't want
one
me
is
to go
true.
because
That
you
one
don't
is
want me
true.
to also
Ladi,
have it.
Ladi Akosia, my
Queen,
sister.
Queen, thank
Queen.
you.
Wait, you say it. You say Queen.
I said, oh, Hima.
Oh, him. Oh,
Hima Ladi.
Okay. Ladi, in any share video, we should say.
It will be everywhere. It will be on my WhatsApp already because she is super.
Oh,
she is on everything.
Oh,
she's over everything.
Sister. Beautiful.
She's very,
sister. So
very wonderful and very encouraging. And thank you very much also for your support too.
That is beautiful.
Thank you.
That
Appreciate it very much.
That is beautiful. That is beautiful. I really like, if somebody does something and you appreciate it, I think it's really good.
Yes.
It's really good. That is what we need
Well,
to
she has taken me as her own. She take me as like I'm a queen. She treat me like that.
Oh, that is nice.
Yeah.
That is good. Now we are
But
say,
you know, Ladi and Chip Chap, they have something in common, huh?
Ladi and Chip Chap.
Yes, because Ladi, sister, if you remember, he was calling you bro. Well, Chip Chap, you thought that one was a lady too.
Yeah,
So you
for the
swapped
first
them?
time. For the first time, I
And you
was
didn't
thinking,
listen. I said
yeah,
no.
I was thinking,
You were wrong.
Yeah, I'm wrong. Or
Yes, because you just linked up the
Yeah.
tag name with the video.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you know, sometimes when some people also add me, I go straight to their wall and see the pictures
I
and
keep
other
putting my
stuff.
finger
and
and you
this
keep
and-
sacking it.
Yeah,
What are you
sorry.
looking for?
Yeah, I'm looking for this thing.
But yeah, truly and honestly, Ladi, I really appreciate you adding
Thank
me
you.
to your platform and
Thank you.
this Awakening Royal Queens. It's really great and it's a great movement, and I expect it to do really big things. Yeah,
good.
truly.
This one is a special dedication to ones and ones who hail
How'd you
one.
find this speech?
Yeah, I'm trying.
Why did you miss your song? I miss you.
Sankofa is here.
Oh, my brother Sankofa. Who are handing the nature say? Okay. Let me off this.
good.
Okay, I'll
It
off
was very loud.
Mr. Baby, bye Al Hassan.
Al-Hassan.
Yo, bye Al Hassan. My brother Sankofa, I just salute you too. Now, but okay, I half Nipa, half bosom. But Sankofa too is like, he is like somebody that Sankofa. What name can we give for Sankofa?
I don't know.
You don't know, right? Then we should give
Nicholas.
him Nicholas.
Uh-huh.
So half Nipa, half so Nicholas.
Half Nipa?
Half bosom. Half Nipa, half bosom. Half Nipa, half human, and half shrine. Bosom, say shrine.
Oh, is that what that
And
means?
he so half Nipa, like half human, half this. And
I
some
think
cover
that's
to some cover to like go back and take what you left there, because that is important and that is what can help
It's true,
you.
and that's
Yeah.
the message that he's giving.
Yeah,
so
so-
it's good. I don't think you can change their name. Leave them alone.
Because
Change your name.
I will change it.
It's 3 letters. It's boring.
It's border, but that's easy for some people to recognize me. By the way, yes, me yes, Sankofa. Yes, and bye Al Hassan, my brother. God bless you so much.
See, look, you see, he said, let me mention my name well to you, bro.
Okay, bro, please. Thank you. Now you have said it, so you have to do it, please. Please, you have to do it. Mention your name. It's not.
You have to spell it.
Bebe.
You need to spell it phonetically so that you can catch it.
Okay, it's B-E-Y, Al Hassan. Al Hassan, they mean because me na me 10 inti Al Hassan. I was no Muslim Al Hassan.
You were an American
Al Hassan.
Muslim. You were never a real
Yes,
Muslim.
I'm American Muslim. Yeah, so some American Muslim, we don't support that bullshit. We American Muslim. You free say yeah, my be fine. Yeah, you be Jamanako. Enti minua say ya no abodi papa de are e de akire ye tiefuo ene obi biara afi na waba program no so a
He shouldn't worry because really it's what? How long we now marry? I don't think you even say my own name correctly. Really.
But what about people that say Morgan?
Yeah, that one's pretty funny.
People say
They
Morgan.
call me Morgan.
Okay.
Hey, look, babe.
Sako, my brother from Guinea. You play your soccer career in Malaysia. My brother, God bless you. We miss you so much.
We miss you. And how are the babies? Please give them all our love.
Tell all the family
I told
we
you,
miss
baby.
them. Baby, I like to kiss baby.
You see what you started?
Baby, I like to kiss now, hey, brass, how would you know? Baby.
English, exactly. You see?
My brother, you say English, oh, me, I'm Sankofa. My English not good. You know already. My English is not. But brother, yeah, we will talk more about English so you can also hear. Okay?
He makes me do most of the talking, so if you hang around, there's plenty of English.
You hear more about it. We are talking about something concerning our Africans, our black people, and our nation Africa, our continent Africa. You say French. What language did you speak before French people came? Don't bring the original your language. Don't say French. French is not your name, my brother.
This thing looks like you're in the tunnel.
Okay, then I'll take it. I'll take it like that.
Yes.
Okay, I do this way.
Better.
And this
See,
one.
I can see your face now. You're handsome.
Yeah, that one is nice. Okay, brother. French here, we can speak French here. And what we can say, bonjour, ça va, très bien.
Bonjour, comment t'appelles-tu? Je m'appelle Megan.
Je m'appelle Abu. Je m'appelle Abu. Et toi?
It means my name is Abu.
No, yes. And it was you too.
Oh, me, je m'appelle OBRONI ASANTEWAA.
Oh,
there we go.
Merci beaucoup. You see, my brother, we speak French now.
But so, tune out, because that's all you're getting.
Yes. Yeah. Minia Daniel Bento. Also, Yamawakwaba. We greet everybody. We greet everybody.
That's 19 seconds. That's the wrong one.
There is a new African in the world. That new African is ready to fight his own battle and show that after all, the black man is...
Bebe wants to know if you can speak Mushi. What is Mushi?
Bro, Moshi dear. Moshi.
Let's just say no.
Before I can speak Moshi, but now I forget. You see, that is the quarter. And Yam Joseph. Yam Joseph. The topic for today. Hold it for me, please.
The topic is with regards to, well, we put it out as Ghana, but in fact we're talking about the whole of Africa, but we're using Ghana as a starting point. In that Ghana gained independence in 1957, but did they gain their freedom? Has any of Africa who has independence gained real independence and real freedom? Yeah. So that's what we're talking about today.
Yeah. So I will say hello and thank each and everyone who is here to support the program. You guys are doing a marvelous and a wonderful job. People who call us outside the program, people who are advising us, people who are encouraging us, people who put their effort in everything that we are doing. It's not we're doing because of myself, but for me and you and our entire continent of Africa. Our generation are coming and they will come to pass. And we too are going to pass.
What we want, it's not just for us, it's not for the old people home, it's for the generations to come. We want the generations coming to have the vision that this Dr. Kwame Nkrumah had for Ghana and for Africa. That's what we want.
Yes.
That's what we want. Merowasipa Ladi, thank you so much.
Oh.
Thank you.
Oh, that's it. Me da se minua, me da se pa half nipa. Any Daniel Bento.
Yes, half nipper. It was a scam independence. Yes, that's exactly the point that we will be bringing today. And we will talk long, and we will probably make it be a bit boring in some points, but just bear with us because we have somewhere we're going, and then we will get everybody to call and make their contributions. And the sooner we get through it, the sooner you don't have to listen to me.
So let's go straight to the point, and because a lot of people are also other side. Nash, what do you want?
What's wrong?
My flower is broken.
Oh, it's broken. Sorry, okay.
broken,
I'll fix it tomorrow.
You step on it.
No,
I have problem.
Your baby register no.
Oh no.
She have problem.
We buy her this cheap $3 toy plastic ring, and she treasured it, and I stepped on it. Now I'm in trouble.
Yeah, you are in trouble. You need to. Police will arrest you. Yes, Nash. Police will arrest you. Okay.
Hey.
Okay. Good. Bye bye.
Good. You know she will come back in 20 minutes, and she will be crying because she'll say her mummy is going to jail.
No.
And this one will be your fault, and you
I
can
will
deal with it.
I will deal with it. Yo. So babe, let's go.
Nana Kwaja Kwaba.
Nana Kwadwo Akwaba.
Latif Bukari
Akwaba. Nash.
You can have it, baby. Take it.
Latif Bukari Akwaba. Mommy and share video no na encourage because you present peniful bebre any Africans bebre and at the end say all this thing have been a bit about English and other stuff, so it's good for the education that we want to.
No, really, I think I will rather say sorry, because as I sit here and I'm talking with regards to Ghana and Africa, and I sit here and I speak English, and whilst I will sit here and preach that they shouldn't be teaching the English in the schools, but me too, I haven't learnt enough to be able to speak Tree or any of the other local languages. So for that one, I'm sorry, and I'm sorry for that kind of a disrespect that I'm not speaking your local language, that you will struggle. But please, if I go too fast, just tell me to slow down. He will jab me and I will slow down.
Yeah.
So
Mr.
that one, I'm sorry.
Mr. Jekum really appreciate all your job. You always talk
this
about
one, me more, because you guys are the inspiration behind what we do. Jekum, really and truly, you guys are the inspiration behind what we do, and he will tell you straight, I didn't want to sit here. I didn't want to do this every weekend. I think it's a struggle. I think it gets to this point where he just wants to say, forget it, because I drive him. Is my hair okay? Is this okay? Do I look alright? Is this because I don't want, but it's important, so I'm here.
Thank you.
So if not for your inspiration and what you guys are doing, we too wouldn't sit here and do what we were doing. I would be sitting over there suffering while he was over there playing his music, pretending like he was a real DJ. So
now she bring it here. So thank you very much.
Mikato, David Medawasapa, thank you very, very much. Thank you. Wow, East Legon. Where's that?
East Legon. That is our university, the biggest university in Ghana.
Okay. Hey, where are you going? So thank you so much for joining us and watching us from there, and appreciate your words very, very much. Joseph, we're trying. We're trying to do a good job. We're trying. I sit here and I talk, and I know sometimes it can seem like just some white woman sitting here talking, what do I know about Africa? What is it really coming from the right place or the good place? But the love that I have for Africa stretches far back before I married this man, and it runs deep in my soul, in my veins, in my blood, and I want it to be what it deserves to be, and not what the outside world are controlling it to be. And we have even if you talk about even your independence in 1957, even at that particular time, you guys adopted your own national anthem. 1957, you adopted your national anthem, and God Save the Queen, if that's what you had before, was gone. Here in Australia, we were still singing God Save the Queen until 1984. That's like, I'm not even going to tell you how many years after I was born that was. We were still singing God Save the Queen up until 1984. But you see where this country is now, the progress that we have made and what we have achieved, being outside of that. I mean, we're still part of the Commonwealth, but we are an independent nation. So and we had gold, we had coal, we had all of those natural resources. We've got diamonds and opals in Western Australia. But what we have here doesn't even come close to compare to the natural resources that are in Ghana and that are in Africa. So there is no reason why it should be in a position that it's in. It needs to be going far, far, far. It should be ahead. It should be a powerhouse in the world. This should have overtaken China. Yeah, China should be begging to come to your country, not there taking your gold. So that essentially is really what this topic is about, is that independence and that freedom that we don't really, I think they're just words that are thrown around. So Niboti, welcome, and Nana Sapong Akwaba, thank you very much for joining us on this topic. So we will probably get started soon. He's over there trying to entertain the child. But we appreciate everybody coming and spending their time and their data to watch and hopefully take something away from it that can be passed on to somebody else, that we can continue this movement of awakening Africa so that it can be out from this. Even though you're not under the colonial rule and you're not under the rule of the colonizers, it's still there. It's still there. It's still it's like it's in here. It's like you don't step out from it. We kicked them out of we sacked them from Ghana, but we left all of their stuff behind. All of their thinking and their rules and their stupid book and their regulations and whatever it was that they used to control and manipulate and enslave. Coffee Mafo, Kwaba, good evening. It was all left behind. Oh, you're back. Okay, good. Yeah. I'm just talking and talking.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Yeah.
And it can take a breath now.
Yeah.
So we wanted to play Kwame Nkrumah's speech for you guys, but it's a bit long and we can't really get good sound quality.
Yeah.
So we had intended to play that for you guys, but I think we can launch in now. Is there anything else
we
you'd
can
like to
launch
say?
in now. Yeah. So let's go straight to the points.
I will read some bits. This is so I have gone through the speech. Then, and this is the speech from Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, who now he led Ghana to what we call independence. But he didn't do the job alone.
No, he did with some people.
Yes, that's right. So, but this is the speech that he laid down the day that on the 6th of March, if I'm correct,
6th of March,
1957, when you guys gained your theoretical independence.
So let me come. So if I can say today, I will be like, today is it was maybe 6th March 1957. I can say this is today that I feel like, oh, now I'm strong. I'm a Ghanaian. I get my independence.
It's same like the day is, if you want to think about it like that, you can talk about your slaves. You know what? That's not even a very nice phrase. The African men and women who were enslaved. Think about that man. Think about that man who maybe he was your uncle or your brother or your father or whatever, and he is enslaved. So now he is being controlled by some white man in some country, and then so you can imagine, you wake up, you don't have control of yourself. No. You don't eat when you want to eat. You can't even go to the bathroom when you want to go to the bathroom. And then the day finally comes where they give you a piece of paper that says you are no longer a slave, you are free.
Who else in my own land?
But that's the idea of having that.
Nana Kwasi Bekwe Nyame Enka greetings. We answer my brother. Let's share the video. Very interesting topic today. Video no pa
So you can imagine the jubilation that was felt within the people, and those are the people that fought for that independence. So they're the ones that fought for the independence. They were behind Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, behind the chiefs and the servicemen, because it was a joint effort. The military were involved, the communities, mothers, fathers, teachers, everybody.
Yes.
Everybody was behind it. So you can imagine the complete jubilation of this entire nation. And I know we're talking about Ghana at this point.
We're talking about Ghana at this point.
You can imagine that jubilation of getting those words.
Yeah.
And then imagine a few years down the track when that's all they are. They were just words.
Yeah, they were just words.
They were just words. Not long after, you forgive me because I don't know the time frame, that this man was running for his life. And it also comes down to that same thing that we were saying before, that it seems to be a fashionable thing for your people to not want your people to also have what they have. Which is why if you tell people abroad it's not easy, it's hard, it's this, they don't believe you.
Yes.
Because they think you just don't want them to come and also have it.
Yes.
You see?
Yes. So we will go the speech and we see. Now,
Wow, Brooklyn, New York.
Oh,
Very
beautiful.
cool.
Very cool. Much respect.
Brooklyn, that has an insane accent. Brooklyn, the accent of the people in Brooklyn, New York is not like anything else in America.
Oh, really?
Yeah, very, very cool.
Then we're strong.
It's not even, don't be so rude.
Okay, sorry.
They're tough.
Yeah, they're
Brooklyn
tough, right?
are tough.
Oh,
Yeah, they're
good.
tough.
That is good. Brother, we salute you from Brooklyn. So we go.
All right, so if we want to get into maybe say the definitions.
Okay, yeah, we go to the
So
definition.
if you want to think about, because as we said, this is, we gained independence in 1957, but did we gain our freedom? So if we want to look at the definition of independence from, say, a dictionary point of view or a, scholar point of view,
Yep.
independence is freedom from outside control or support, the state of being independent, and the time when a country or region gains political freedom from outside control.
Roof Akwaba.
Independence
Welcome.
means being self-sufficient. Okay, so independence, political freedom from outside control. So
Like now you want to like the outside control.
from outside control.
Okay.
So anything that is outside of your country, your nest,
Yep.
anything that's outside. And so we know that the colonizers, I don't even like saying that word, the enslavers came and now we sacked them. Okay, so if we want to talk about independence, that means independence from political sources that were outside. So you sacked them out of the country, but they were still outside pulling strings. So what independence? Because we didn't follow through.
That is what this message, please. We should share this video and then let this video go far. And
Wow,
this thing,
Spain.
Spain, Akwaba, Almighty bless you. And you see, you said the topic you have raised today now.
I didn't even get to the second.
About a couple of weeks now since you bring up.
I'm sorry, Sankofa, don't. It's serious. Don't make me to laugh while I'm talking about something serious. You naughty.
Sankofa is naughty.
No, he's coming because I teased him on his birthday.
Oh.
So he's coming. I've got you. I will come. Don't you worry.
So
I hope your wife is pleased with this comment. I will tell her you will have a problem, and next year you won't get a cake with hearts.
Yes. So it's like like you said, the slave. Sorry for the word. The young crop. Wow, mobabe boy puno. Like if we won't say like slaves, but you say it's gone. But what did
No, I said I don't want to say colonizers because they're enslavers.
you don't want that. You don't want to say that. Nanantwi akwaba. Mommy and share video.
Yes, you laugh, Sankofa. I'm coming.
So in a couple of weeks since we brought up this topic, I have been asking people about
this past week,
yeah,
right?
this past weeks, and I have been asking about our Ghanaians.
What they think independence.
Yes, what they think about independence. You know what the funny stuff is? The people are saying, "Oh, why we not independent? We have independence because there's no war in Ghana." There's no war in Ghana.
There is a war in Ghana.
Ghana don't have any war.
That's ridiculous.
I can say maybe from my group of my small viewers that I have, I can say I can go into deep. If I want to calculate it in percentage level, I can go maybe 60%. And they are telling me that we are freedom because there is no war in Ghana.
Okay.
So that is what they think.
Well, I'm
freedom.
going to assume that they're not part of the CSF family, and I'm going to assume that they're not forward thinking, because I mean, when you talk about war and you think about war, you think about it in being invaded by other countries. You think about guns and bombs and things blowing up. You think about the struggle in Sudan. You think about all of those things is when you think about war.
Yeah.
But what about the internal war? What about the internal war of the people to have true, proper, real independence? What about that? How to economic independence, real freedom, financial security.
Kofi B.
What
Welcome.
what about that war? That's an internal war within the country. So maybe you don't have somebody coming there and blowing you up, and thank God for that. But even if that were to happen, all your military is on the street, so I can't see anybody coming. So it's not about necessarily independence means you're not fighting with anybody, or you are freedom because you don't have another country in there trying to take over your country.
Yep.
But The churches are trying to take over. The mosques are trying to take over. Your government, China, are all coming. So China's not coming there with their guns or whatever, but they're taking your natural resources outside of the country. So your country is getting poorer because of another country. So tell me again that you're not at war.
So
It's a war and it's a fight.
Yeah, but that is why some people in my country, Ghana, when I talk to some people, like I try to interview a couple of guys and know what they think about if you say independent. They think if we say independent, that means there's no war, there's nothing comes up, they do whatever it is. So
Oh, Fatima, sister,
Sister Fatima Kwaba.
your husband is being not very nice.
Yeah, so
He's
that is
teasing.
yeah, so that is how some people think like if we say independent, if we say you were free, the free is like we are not like sorry for my people Somalians or sorry for my people Sudans and sorry for my people Yemen and other people. They think like freedom is when there's no gun on your head.
No.
So that makes you know you have freedom.
No.
So
No,
Ghana, there's no war in Ghana, so Ghana is free.
Okay, so then if we want to take that, then I can carry on and let me read this part here because
Okay.
the dictionary definition of freedom, okay? The power to act, speak, or think as one wants. The state of not being imprisoned or enslaved, okay?
Yep.
So you're not enslaved anymore.
Not
By outside forces. You're telling me your people aren't enslaved by their own government and by their own ideals that were left behind by those enslavers? By the religious sects and all of that stuff. So, I mean, really, the power to act, speak, and think as one wants, and the state of not being imprisoned or enslaved is freedom. I believe the definition goes way, way beyond that. Okay, freedom stands for something greater than just the right to act however I choose. It also stands for securing to everyone an equal opportunity for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. To most reasonable people, freedom means more
Mr.
than...
Kwasi Akwaba, Mr. Kwasi. Yen share video na nebe yire wa how to.
It means more than just being free to do whatever I want. So what freedom do your people have? If we want to really talk about it, and I know we will get into it again later as well,
Yeah.
but it stands for securing to everyone an equal opportunity for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Do your people have that?
Oh,
So everybody has an equal opportunity to pursue maybe education. Everybody has an equal opportunity to say, oh, I need to go to the bathroom, and they can go to the bathroom in their house. No, only the rich people can do that because the villagers are walking miles to go to a toilet that's used by however many other people. So the pursuit of happiness. So if I want to go and be happy with my family and I want to build a house, that house is for me, right? Nobody can come and get it, or can somebody come and take that? You see? So what, liberty, what liberty of freedom do we have in Ghana or even Africa for that matter?
we what we think about freedom, as I said, there's nothing apart from what we think about. Like if we say freedom, the freedom that we think that freedom is there's no war in my country. We are free because there's no war, and that is why people don't know that. Freedom means you have a free to do anything that you wish to do it. But we don't take it like that. What we think like...
But you don't have that freedom either.
Yeah, we don't have it.
Freedom, if you want to even look back at the power to act, speak, or think as one wants, you can't do that home. You can't act, speak, and think as you want.
No.
If it goes against what the military think, you can't even wear khakis.
No.
Or you will have problems.
If you wear a khaki nika, so kwashe soja fo nika yi bi wo Ghana mnam a ye be buwa ma wankasa wo be hu se yabo na so menu a wo hwe me wo abrochire wotimi hye khaki anasa wo hye khaki. People who live in overseas, even I have how many in my bag?
Many.
I can't take them home because if I wear them home, a military man will come and beat me because I'm not allowed to wear that particular pants. But in here, everybody wear them. They're selling it in everywhere. So that is what people think like. If we say freedom, there's only war makes you on freedom. But if we see a lot of like now,
Evelyn Akwaba, thank you.
Even if you say what you have even explaining now, what you are explaining now means freedom means something that.
Ruby.
Oh, my brother Ruby Akwaba.
Sorry
Akwaba,
to
welcome, my brother. Ruby Akwaba. Welcome, my brother from another land.
Freedom, freedom and independence, it stretches far beyond just not having war in your country or having sacked the enslavers from your country. That's not independence.
Then
And it's not freedom.
Then if our leaders are celebrating independence and freedom,
Right.
Then now when we talk about that freedom as you are talking, what freedom Africa we have? We think we are free,
No.
but I don't think we have a freedom.
No, you're not free.
Can
You're
you
not
give
freedom.
me some stuff like stuff that makes you to feel like freedom? If you like yourself, I'm free. I'm Australia here. I'm free. I'm free. I'm freedom. Why not?
Is that what you think?
Yes, I'm freedom. Why not? I'm here. I can go. I can take Medicare. I can go here. I can walk. I can do anything. Anything I want to do here, I can do it. Nobody will question me. Even when somebody questions me, I can take that person to court. You are not even allowed to ask me question that is not going like a bit racism. I will take you to court.
Those ones, yes,
You know?
absolutely.
So I'm freedom. I can go anywhere. I do everything here. I'm freedom. I'm free. I'm in Australia. I'm free.
Can I disagree with you slightly?
Because
you have freedoms here. As far as you are here, all those things you mentioned, that makes you to feel free,
Yes.
right? You have freedom. So you have, I would say you have freedoms here. And I think what I'm about to say might not sit very well with some people. So for that one, I'm really sorry. I don't mean it to come across in a bad way. But when we look at your continent and your country, there is no freedom there. So we don't have economic freedom. There's no financial freedom. There's no jobs. The education is not at world standard. So the people there are suffering. Your people are suffering. Family and friends are suffering. So while you sit here and you enjoy your freedoms, right? You enjoy your freedoms.
Yeah.
The police can't racially vilify you. You can't be sacked from a job because of the color of your skin.
Yes.
You can't be denied a home loan or any of those things based on the fact that you are black. You have all of those freedoms. You have the freedom of speech.
Yes.
So if somebody says something not good, you can reply them. You have that right.
Yes.
You have workplace rights. You have all of this stuff. So you have freedoms.
Yes.
But every time that phone rings with a problem from home, you don't have freedom. So the problems that are home and the suffering that the people are going through home, and this phone rings daily, then their no freedom is being placed on your shoulders. So now it's up to you to solve and to help and to come up with, give them some small freedom from whatever problem that they happen to be facing at that particular time. So what freedom do you have? So if you want absolute true freedom, then you have to cut everybody off. Because the phone, and I'm not wrong, it rings every day. You've got people, help me with school fees, help me with this one, medical this, transportation, just food, left, right and center. It's a constant. So you, even as you stay abroad and you have these freedoms, you still do not have freedom. The only way you will get that said freedom is if you cut all of that off. You turn the phone off, block it so you won't, but then your heart won't be free because you are a good person and you care and you love and you want to do your best for your family and your friends. And same I do too. So what freedom? You have freedoms, but even as an African and a Ghanaian abroad, with those freedoms, you still do not have freedom. You are not completely free.
So that means so you want to tell us that we people, we live overseas, we live in abroad, we are free, but
You have freedom.
we have freedom, but because of the situation back home, make anybody who lives in overseas is not free.
No, you are not free.
Yeah, because the problem back home.
And the only way you could be 100% free is if you'll excuse my language, you're an asshole and you don't have a good heart and you don't care about your family and friends home, that you can turn your phone off and say, well, I'm abroad now. My life is fine. I don't need to help or do anything for anybody home. And you don't have that heart that you will feel not good, that somebody is calling for help and you just don't mind them. So unless you have that kind of a heart that you can cut that, or you can build that heart and build that strength to not have to swallow that and help Yeah, so
Yes.
that would mean closing off a part of your heart, particularly for somebody like yourself who feels you care, you have heart.
I know, correct.
So
That is
unless
true.
you cut that off, then you don't have freedom of the heart.
Yes.
Because when you cut out family and friends, you also cut out a part of your spirit and your soul.
Yes.
You cut out family, that's your history right there.
So that means
You have freedom.
Yes, but
you have
yeah,
freedoms.
that is what you have explained to me,
Yes.
because what I know is I'm in overseas, I'm abroad, I have access of anything. We will call you. We want to just go through a small bit, and then I will let you come in and bring your ideas for us.
Aquaba. Oh, and I love the stuff that this lady posts. It's very, very good.
Oh,
They're very
thank you.
inspirational.
Oh,
I know.
Nana,
I read
Nana
everything.
Nana Kuya Afriye. Nana
Hima
Kuya
Medwasi
Afriye.
Pa.
You know the name Afriye? Afriye is like somebody who born, like, if I'm correct, somebody who, like, if your mom give birth to you in a day that's like like me, I can say I was good, because the time I was born, my mom win tax lotto. My mommy di lotto. And so I was born in the good time.
You think you think your mum pushing that gigantic head out was a tax lotto win?
Yes,
She suffered first.
So a free year means when you come in the good time, and now you came with no problems. No, that means you are a free year. We're free year. You are banakama. So Nana, free year. Thank you very much. We love you too. So, as you were saying, so anybody who is living in overseas now, it's not freedom. No. You don't have that freedom. You have it.
You see, you have freedoms. You have freedoms that we, as me sitting here as an Australian, I'm free.
Yep.
I have that. You too can come and have those freedoms, but you don't have 100% complete freedom because your people are suffering. How can you be freedom whilst your mum is suffering and dad is lying on a sheet on the floor in the hospital?
Yes. Nice. What do you want?
Oh wow, she was born when dad became a king.
Oh, you see, that is why when you're born in a good time, you always a free year. That means you have come. So we move forward so that people can come in and just also contribute. Okay, you're not feeling well. Come here. So we move again and we see how Kwame Nkrumah's speech.
Okay.
So we are heading towards to the Kwame Nkrumah speech.
So Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. So at long last, right, the battle has ended. Has it? Or is it still a fight?
The battle have ended because the white people, we have kicked everybody out from our country. So the battle is ended.
That's it, right? So Ghana will build itself?
Yeah.
No, it's up to the people, right? So he says here, at long last, the battle has ended. And yet again, I want to take the opportunity to thank the chiefs and people of this country who have so nobly fought and won this battle. I am depending upon the millions of the country and the chiefs and the people to help me reshape the destiny of this country. So if we go back to, this is 1957, right? So we're talking 62 years ago, where this great man who led us to our independence was able to thank the chiefs, essentially the kings of that particular area, and the people. And I know if you read fully, he's also talking about the servicemen and thanking all of those people back then. What about now? What are our chiefs and our kings doing now? Do you think we can have a president stand up and thank the chiefs and the kings whilst they're dripping in their gold and their people are suffering, or they're abroad and they're still claiming their kingmanship? And what about our honorary kings? We have a Ghanaian king sitting in America, Michael J. White, who is a big movie star, and he's a king. So if Ghana falls, are you coming? Are you coming to stand and fight for your people, who you were a king for? Are you? Is he? Will he? Probably not. He'll be sitting there in his gigantic Hollywood mansion. So the chiefs of the time and the people, they all came together and fought together. Do you think we could see that today with the chiefs now?
You see, even I was out. Sorry, please, because they, dealing with kids. Every parent will understand it. Now the leg is broken. I need to go again. The leg is broken.
Let me go.
So if I can understand her well, the time she was explaining the stuff, okay, we proud for our people come back home, our Caribbeans come back home, you know, as they come back home. But I listened to Kwame A Plus. When I listened to Kwame A Plus that day, he I think 2 days he is in tour in America or somewhere. I am not quite like which country he is now. He said, Chip Chap Akwaba, he said, any celebrities, any celebrate person, obi or yes celebrate, be obi a waba TV so pen biano is or ye so likely say obetima ba be leader. And yes in the degree. Say me da sinana kuya was so UK. Was say anybody can be a leader in our country Ghana. Obi a betima ye leader. Ewo Ghana. Se wonya betine TV so na wutime kasa kakra. Obetima easy so obetima ba be leader. But ye won krofo omo ofie wo mo nso omo ho kire wo mo omo nim animdie bebre wo betimi di aboa nanso no enti yemfo obi te se ye Caribbeans ne black Americans and ne omo baba home no na omaba because of omo di brenti no akwa we kwakọ ball wrestling na oba bedru Ghana na ye de na kwa akotena Flagstaff House ye de na akufuado de sa akwa we akotena Flagstaff House. Abra sukuni aba befa Flagstaff House. Sukuni aba befa hoko. So omu wonam fom. Ono no se wodru okra no security fo omo okra beka se hey kan content him. Ye be boneti koso won content him. But eye kofi, eye wan kofi ekoko fa ekoko ball wrestling eye WWF for say WWC or so WWE. Odi okọ wini saade we ya eye nhihye ye kora ne ya hyehye no oba ye no ye de no ekotena Flagstaff House ema na akufuado ebo na baso esa pe bibi kakra ma ni ko she ni botom. Eti can you imagine which guy you were saying he came
Michael J. White.
Michael J. White. Okay. Michael J. White.
Michael J. White came and received an honorary kingship.
Yes, okay. He came there to receive that kingship.
For which village?
That is why the statement that Kwame Nkrumah said. The statement Kwame Nkrumah, the praises that Kwame Nkrumah praises the kings. That olden kings, they are not now kings.
No, that's what I was saying.
That day there wasn't a kings that living in overseas.
No. And you will see them now. Same. If you don't see the videos of the ones that are abroad celebrating their stuff with their big feast as well. Their people in their village that you are the king of are suffering. So what chief or what king could we today, if our president had to stand there and give thanks, what chief or king could he give thanks to today?
That is why I said the people that the message that Kwame Nkrumah gave for we Africans and we Ghanaians. I don't know if that message, when these leaders, even when we say J.J. Rollins, as if I can say something, J.J. Rollins in outside Ghana, a lot of people like J.J. Rollins.
I knew who he was.
Okay, then a lot of outside Ghana, a lot of people love J.J. Rollins because those days, even when I was still a baby, that time I quite remember when you put your wallet of money here, you will come and that money is still sitting there. That time we call something when somebody left your money in the taxi. You will search and send the money to that person. No, that stealing and corruption and other stuff wasn't there like that. Okay, and through coming, I don't know, J.J. Rollins time after that, that's when
that's exactly very much right.
Yes.
The chiefs and the kings now, and how many of them are outside? Sorry for interrupting you. How many of them are outside that if Ghana were to fall tomorrow, will get on a plane and go back to Ghana and fight the same way the chiefs fought for the independence in 1957?
Because that is why you said that Martin, whatever his name,
Michael J. White.
J. White. So that is why J. White. Now J. White can be a king in Ghana. He can, but he know nothing about
Mm-hmm.
tradition. He know nothing about our culture. He know nothing about the suffering of our country. He just come and just welcomed. So that is how now the kings in Ghana now. That is how they are.
Yes.
A king can be a king in maybe a Joso, but he doesn't stay in a Joso.
No.
A king in maybe Bunong Ahafo. He said I'm a queen in Nkranza, but he is not living in Nkranza. He living in abroad.
Yes.
So these people cannot help a government to build a country.
And this is it's a very big problem, and we will get into it a little bit later on with regards to that too, because the king can also take the
What is that?
a biscuit. The king also has the right to
come this
compulsory take your land. So the corruption it goes beyond just the government. It's also now with our chiefs and with our kings of our in the villages, or the kings of the villages that are now sitting outside and abroad and enjoying all of the freedoms that they will have whilst they're abroad, and their people there are suffering.
Are suffering.
So they fought our ancestral chiefs fought for the freedom and independence of the country, and our today ones are outside and leaving the country to its own devices.
Okay, now the country have been left. That is why I said it will depend on our kings. Kwame Nkrumah said it depends on our kings and the people. So who is the one that is going to brainwash that unbrainwash that kings? Now the leader, the government, he's involved with the chieftaincies. So the chiefs, government even didn't study government even doesn't care about his own country. He is a corrupt, and that is why the chiefs also are corrupt.
Yes.
So the chiefs and so Kwame Nkrumah's speech, none of our leaders take it. None of them.
No.
They are not on it.
Well, and we know that for a fact because he had to leave the country for fear of his own life after having led this revolution for independence. He then had to go outside because they wanted to kill him.
That is what Mr. Jakumu is saying. He said a lot of them are just spreading themselves in Europe. They say they are kings.
Yes.
They're queens. A lot of them. A king can stay in a king is the one stay in the community, making sure that everything is going in a correct accordingly.
Yes.
But these people don't care. They left it and they go. And they will come in Okwawu Aboshe, Winiba Festival, Gomua Festival, ASANTEWAA Festival. Then they come and after they enjoy and they go back.
That's true. That's true. So, and that's exactly the point that we're making. The roles of the chiefs then and now are so vastly different that even if we were to need to rise and have a revolution for independence again, we wouldn't be able to do it with the chiefs.
No, we
can't. It's going to rely on the people alone.
Nobody even believes the chiefs anymore.
Yes.
Because in the slavery time, the chiefs, the bad chiefs, was part of the slave trade. But the good people, they fought, they helped Kwame Nkrumah. The bad people sell it, but the good people, they help Kwame Nkrumah and fight and get it back. That is why Kwame Nkrumah give that credit for them.
But you wouldn't. It couldn't happen today.
No, it won't happen today.
They will go there. Most of them are outside, and they're not coming back if Ghana falls today or tomorrow. So, if we can move on to, he gets into the reshaping of Ghana's destiny, right? So we are prepared to pick it up and make it a nation that will be respected by every nation in the world. You are to stand firm behind us so that we can prove to the world that when the African is given a chance, he can show the world that he is somebody. So what now are we really showing the world? What now, even if we talk about just Ghana for a second? Just this past week, Ghana was voted the second highest country in the world for corruption and scamming.
Really?
Yes.
Same.
So what are we showing? What legacy that this man left for your people are we showing? What are we showing the world? African countries are at war with each other. So what independence do we really have? How can one little country in an entire continent have independence with all of these infractions of war going around outside of it? We're talking about a country who gained independence 62 years ago, was now voted the second highest country in the world for corruption and scamming. So what are we showing the world? What is Ghana showing the world? What is Africa showing the world? You guys are a powerhouse. We can't catch you. We can't catch
No,
you
we
as quick
run.
as a
Yeah,
whip.
we run
You are
like
strong.
rabbits.
You are fit. You have the evolutionary body that shouldn't be untouchable. Untouchable. The natural resources to be a powerhouse, the number one powerhouse in the world, is Africa. But what do we show? What is Africa showing? So that brainwash of the outside influence that were coming in, these colonizers, the enslavers that came, that brainwash, you kicked them out in 1957, but their legacy is still there today, making you guys to believe you are not good enough. Was it not we just seen the other day walking and we were just shopping and there was one lady standing there with her daughter. The daughter, beautiful black little girl. And mum had, her skin was so bleached, it was peeling and cracked and sore. And so what are we teaching? What are we showing the world? That we're not even proud of our blackness? You guys aren't even proud of your blackness. That you were still trying to become, in 2019, and you were here abroad and you were still bleaching to become. Do you have any idea how much a proper good-hearted white person would love to have the black don't crack skin? And you guys are bleaching your skin and your small daughter is watching this, seeing mum bleaching her skin. So what is she telling her daughter? This is 2019. 2019. And there's a lady there, you can see it physically. You can see the damage that the bleaching has done because she's trying to make herself lighter. Whilst her daughter, this beautiful black little girl, beautiful little girl.
That is the same because
Yes, it's self-hate, and the self-hate was taught. It was like brainwashed into your people. And so we sacked those people that are doing that in 1957, but then we hung on to those teachings. We hung on to that ridiculous idea that black is not good enough.
it's not easy. Mr.
So
Collins
what?
ASANTEWAA.
We're not there's no independence and it's no
Mami
freedom.
K Akwaba. So
If you as a black woman or a black man or a black child can't look in the mirror and say I am beautiful because I am black. If you can't look at your mum and say, oh, my mum is beautiful. Look at her beautiful skin. Look at this beautiful black woman. This little girl can't because mum is a patchwork. She's bleaching herself. And what is that teaching that small child? So this baby, she would have been what, maybe 10?
yeah,
So
maybe
in 10 more years,
like
so
10,
she will
yeah.
start. And then her baby too will see mum bleaching. So we are still like encouraging that hatred for ourselves. So there's no freedom. What are we teaching the world? What are we showing the world whilst the black woman will walk around bleaching her skin to become light? We are also telling the world that we don't like us.
Yeah,
That
that's
we
what-
don't think we're good enough. So how can we expect them to come and teach and treat Africans with respect whilst we too are trying to make ourselves to not even look like we are?
It's not easy. It's not easy.
Sorry.
Mr.
This one really
Collins
bothers me a lot.
Yeah, share video no na encourage because idea adisuade den e won bebre Mr. Collins adisua no an yegusu aye den yesua John D Henry yeah nyame nshira wherever you are, God bless you. It's something that I don't know, but we think, we Africans, especially we Ghanaians, we can stand in front of people and say we gain our independence, we are freedom, there's no war in our country,
No.
we are free because
No,
there's
but you
no
still have the war in here.
Yes,
How can you can't tell me that the country is freedom whilst you still have black women and so I'm sorry, Bokum Banku, he too was bleaching. What kind of a silly thing is this? This is somebody who is a leader in the community, regardless of whether it's for his boxing or his ridiculous antics. But people see him, they know him, they watch him, they love him, they embrace him. And he too stood there bleaching. You already have you see? Do you see, sorry, the boxer's name is gone from my head. The big one from Ghana.
Azuma Nelson.
Thank you very much. Sorry. Do you see him bleaching his skin, trying to become something other than what he is?
Because that Azuma Nelson time was closer a bit to Kwame Nkrumah time.
Yes.
So the natural was there.
Mm-hmm.
But
But
now
we sacked the colonizers and the enslavers, but we've left their hatred for ourselves there. And it's being perpetuated by our own parents and our grandparents. It's not being, we are not taught self-love in school. We don't taught black pride. We don't get taught pride for Africa. We don't get taught the real history. We're so busy thinking about this slavery is us. We are slaves. We are slaves.
Yes. That is the message everybody's saying every time. We have been enslaved by white people. We have been enslaved by white people. What about, we were before, but what about now?
And we are no longer. But if we continue the way we're going, we're still enslaved up here. This is the thing we need to crack now. You got them out of the country, but you left their stuff here. And that stuff is being passed down through the generations. How can Ghana be voted the second highest country in the world? Okay, not Africa.
Danny Akwaba, Danny, welcome.
In the world. The second highest country in the world for corruption and scamming. Was that in Ghana before?
That is it. So now it's something that we can never even solve it. This thing need to start from the leaders. And when we're talking about leaders, now recently, when they are in parliament, there's no English there, it's not tree there. So it's like it's making the country to be going backwards and backwards and backwards. Even aside that, when we talk about this freedom or independent, what do we mean by independent? As I told you before, Mr. Omar. So what do we talk about freedom? Freedom for we Africans, we Ghanaians means that
you need to be free of outside control, free from political control, which is outside.
But this is where the outside that we want to be free. That note in the our Flagstaff House or our Parliament is still there.
Yes.
So any president who come read that message and he follow it, and that message is still from the whites.
And that's exactly my point. You kicked out the people, but you held on to their principles. You held on to their corruption. You held on to their brainwash. You held on to their friggin' book. You held on to all this shit. You kicked the people out, but you left all of this enslavement behind. So maybe they're not there with chains and dragging you guys around and whipping you and beating you, but they're still enslaving you up here. How can you're still enslaved up here, and it needs to stop. It needs to be cracked, and it's not just a people problem. It's a government problem because they too are perpetuating it. As you say, you can sit in parliament and speak English in your country. You're not going to go to the Chinese parliament and hear them speaking English. You're not going to come here and hear us speaking Chinese.
Let me. I know this one is not part of this, but I want to bring it in. We have one guy in Ghana that he takes some people. He said Nam1. He men's gold or something like that. You take innocent people who doesn't speak English. You were able to take their money, but now for you to come to the public and express yourself, you were speaking English. What are you expecting those who you take their money that they don't know English? How can they understand what you mean for them to come down or to be rise up?
They can't, and they won't, and that's why they don't.
So that is all the freedom we're talking about. So your explanation have let me know that the freedom that I was thinking, my country, I can go to my country today and there's no war. I'm not afraid that there's a bomb will shoot my flight on the ground. So I'm freedom. But the explanation you are explaining now have make me to know that when we're talking about freedom, I think it's free because when I come here, I think I'm free because I'm access to anything. I can do anything. But your message also have let me wake up also. Even freedom is part of family problem calling you all the time in overseas. Also is also a part of like freedom.
Because you are here, you enjoy the freedoms that we have in this country. But you are not free from this the struggle that is in your country with your people.
So let's go. Let's move forward.
So continuing on.
Faustina Yabu Akwaba Oseyaw Akwaba Minuya. Mummy share video no na very important. Yebe addressing message, we will address all the message, then we give the platform for everybody, then come and give us what the person also think about it. So for now, we have a couple of ways to deal with it, to tackle. We have been going through the Kwame Nkrumah message, and we want to take the key hold in it, that what can we do, what are we doing for that West that Kwame Nkrumah left it behind for us.
And you know, they were left behind to inspire and encourage the next
Nana Kofi
generations
Akwaaba.
to also continue with that movement of freedom. You know, you gained independence on one day where you kicked them out. But independence is a continual struggle. It's not like, oh, they're gone. Yeah, we're free. No.
That's
that's
what we
exactly
think.
what happened. Yes, that's exactly what happened. That's exactly why there is no independence and freedom in Ghana or Africa today. Because it was like, oh, job's done. Nobody wants to work hard and continue the fight for real independence in your country and freedom. So Kwame Nkrumah says, I made a point that we are going to create our own African personality and identity. It's the only way that we can show the world that we are ready for our own battles. We are going to demonstrate to the world, to the other nations, that we are prepared to lay our own foundations. Mm-hmm. So if we think about this particular phrase, firstly, our own African personality and identity, what identity do we have? If you want to think about not the identity that you have, but think about this as our own identity to the other countries and the other nations of the world. Mm-hmm. How do you see people here reacting to an Africa man?
Oh, seem like you are evil.
Depending on the person, yeah.
Yeah.
So what identity and personality is Africa creating for the rest of the world? Whilst an African country can be voted the second highest country in the world for corruption and scamming. We don't see, like the people as necessarily evil. But you see that level of corruption and we hear that thing and what is that teaching the world? How is that? That means that if you, as a hardworking black African man, if I didn't know you and perhaps you knocked on that door and I seen today on my news that Ghana or Africa has been rated the second highest country in the world for scamming and corruption, and then you knocked on my door literally trying to sell me something just because you were trying to make ends meet. You think I will buy it from you after I've heard that?
No.
That is the kind of message that's being given to the world. That's the identity and the personality. We don't see the true Africa. We don't see the true Africa man with his culture and his music and his food and his laughter and enrichment that a real African man or woman can bring to the table. We don't get to see it because there is so much corruption from the up down that the people are struggling and they have to fight. You tell me if we were dying and we were to lose our house and we had what means would you go to? So it's not even necessarily the fault of the people if they're doing this. And the corruption, let's face it, that's from up down, not down up. But if somebody on the floor is invested in some kind of a scam, not that it's right, but maybe that's the only way he can feed his family today. Maybe that's the only way. So it starts at the top. The government did not continue the fight for that true independence for the economy and for the people.
Lawyer Bar for Akwaaba.
Fake greedy leaders, exactly. Fake greedy leaders. This man and the kings at the time and the people fought for independence. They got that independence. Kwame Nkrumah continued fighting for that and ended up exiled in fear of his life. Mm-hmm. How stupid is that? And that was it. That was the end right there for any kind of furthering of independence for Ghana. Yeah? If you want to talk about like laying these foundations.
Mr. Omar, Mr. Omar, Mr. Jokum, Obibia, Wahab, Mr. Sankofa, Obi Biara, we want to just to brief in some stuff, and after that, we
then
just
people can
okay, you think people can come in?
Of course,
people can come in as we are going.
No, let's get through.
You want to go through it?
Yeah, I just want to get through because if not, I will lose my. It's not much left now.
Okay.
But we talked about laying foundation.
Okay. Mr. Omar, you be froze see enche. Sankofa you be frame one pamochewa. Menim say adwuma sem so wo ho. Ba ye ma no nkom no onwie details ni nwie na ya fe yen jump na afi obia emfa na adwenkyere ne de embra.
He talked about laying a foundation. How can we lay a foundation without unity in Africa? A foundation is a solid-footed ground. So we should lay a foundation only here in Ghana where we had our independence in 1957 while the floor all around us crumbles. We need unity in order for that foundation to be of any use at all. We have... so we'll continue. It says... We have awakened. We will not sleep anymore. Today, from now on, there is a new African in the world. 1957.
And
That,
he said
that
okay.
new African is ready to fight his own battles and show that after all, the black man is capable of managing his own affairs.
So you know, this message is so, even you read this and I feel something in me. Because if you said from now on,
Today, from now on, there is a new African in the world.
And the new Africa is why we have been now being the second and the first corruption people in this world.
Yes.
And aside that, which is that Africa that we showing is in the world. This Africa, go and see Somalia, go and see Sudan. Sudan people are slaughtering people. They slaughtering a pregnant woman. They're killing themselves. If I want to go Egypt, I need to get a visa. If I want to go to Sudan, Somalia, South Africa, everywhere I need to get. There's a border across every country, but it's one continent. So how can we be that unite?
Yes. Yes. And so we talk about the black man is capable of managing his own affairs. So when we think about the word affairs, you're talking about financial affairs, the affairs of the country, the economy, and all of that stuff. If we look at the debt that we have in Ghana, that debt in Ghana, I think it's 73% of the economy goes to paying those debts. So that leaves only 30-something% for to be put back into the country for the people and the growth of the economy. But that 30% is also going outside. China are taking it with the gold. You see the government's shipping it outside. They have their deals with all of these outside things. So again, there is no independence because, you know, we are still under the control and the outside influence of outside political fractions. So, you know, if we look at the financial debt, the personal debt, for Ghana, is equal to every single citizen of Ghana owing, and that's including 2-month-old babies, every single citizen of Ghana would owe nearly 4,500 Ghana cedi. That is the total amass of debt that is
So
is
that
in your
means
country.
our country is just. But what about, and where do we go and borrow money to come and do the order?
Yes, the International Monetary Fund. And they also, I mean, say going back now 10, 15 years ago, $40 million of debt from Africa was completely wiped out. Ghana now has more debt than that debt.
Kufuadu Tio, Saun Redia. You see, that is the stuff that everybody need to read. If Mr. Omar come and say, I say this, he research it. Or everybody research. Ajokum research. Sanko Fanum Omunina Obio platform. Everybody who is awake research before he comes out. So for me, I'm a lazy. So I don't do that stuff. Because me,
It's true. It's
so
very
what I
true.
say, what is in my head is I don't need the government to come and make me to be rich. So what I say to me, government in Ibana se muda sumu, I mean the sumu. Me common sense, me say minye jumadina minye den, min didi, min fami kra any money to a so. So those people who don't make a research, and when you are telling them, and they think you are just come with your own idea.
Oh.
You know, so it's good. No, not about you.
No, I get
everybody
you.
understand. So it's good. It's good that this thing everybody needs. So now, according to you, even if me I haven't searched this, so everybody too can go and search it.
Yes, it's
me,
there.
I have not searched it. I don't know Ghana, the money that we own. You that your wife even is pregnant, the baby hasn't come to this world yet, but that baby is part of that debt. Even that baby need to pay for Ghana before we can survive.
That's exactly. In order for the debt to be even close to being wiped out, it would mean every single citizen of Ghana would have to come up with 4,500 Ghana cedi just to come close. That's including, as you were saying, the baby in the stomach. That's the level of debt we have.
And they're still selling our gold outside.
Yes, and those debts were wiped out. We had nearly 50, so about 2005, they wiped out about 40 billion US dollars of debt in Africa. That was not just for Ghana, but that was across
for Africa.
For that HIPC, is that right?
HIPC.
Yes.
HIPC.
So
that was Kofor time.
So having that debt wiped out, $40 billion worth of debt in Africa, and now Ghana is in more debt than that 40 billion.
So
And the money that they've borrowed from the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, that money is not, although it was supposed to be injected in the economy to build factories and things like that, it wasn't. It's being used to pay off the interest for the other debts that we had
so we get
outside.
that money to pay for our debt.
But it only covered the interest.
So
Yeah.
even that debt is still there.
Yes.
So we just pay for that interest.
That's exactly
so how
right.
can the leaders can be so much wicked like that? Eh? So you keep on borrowing without thinking. This is how they have sent our country. This is how they have put our mother Ghana, our continent Africa. This is where they have put us. So we waiting for president to come and make it good for us. He can only do the surface. He can't do anything to make us survive. He can't, because now the country we own, unless we sell the land, the country Ghana, even that one I don't think, because what did we have to pay for? The country Ghana, what did we have? And we can even sell the country so that we can pay for our debt.
So unless we get another wipeout of the debt, which, I mean, given that it's not the first time it's been done, I think it's fairly unlikely.
I'm not surprised that Akufo-Addo was to go and take that money from China, man. It was big money. I didn't know they would. That is what it is. So we go quicker so that
Okay.
people who are
So
to work and this can also come in.
We go on to say, so we've won the battle, and we again rededicate ourselves. Our independence is meaningless unless it is linked up with the total liberation of Africa. That in itself is evident today. We all need to be liberated and free. One country alone cannot be free within a continent. Because all of the damage that's going on around it in the other countries will just flow back in. So when this country, if Ghana really had its true independence and its freedom and it was a thriving country, unless you were Trump and built a gigantic wall around it, the corruption that's in Nigeria will flow into your country because they can cross the border and come. The corruption and the fighting in Sudan, they can come and get their political asylum in your country. So unless you have total, complete liberation in Africa, it wouldn't matter how much freedom and independence your country had, because it's not, what's surrounding you will flow into you and spoil it.
Then we have a long way to go. No, personal interest leaders. Yes, it's true. Quite she or say keep on family. Nyame onka onson Samira Abubakar mianka sameba nyame onka onson.
So we go on, and thus Ghana, your beloved country, is free forever. Free forever. And as I pointed out, I made it quite clear that from now on, today, we must change our attitudes, our minds. We must realize from now on, we are no more a colonial, but a free and independent people. Okay, right? So we gained independence in 1957, and yet 62 years later, we are still following the religious doctrines and Western influences that are enslaved and colonized us to begin with. So what attitudes changed? What did we realize?
Nothing changed.
We sacked the colonizers and kept their messages and kept their doctrines and kept their enslavement and their mental slavery. All we did was sack the body.
Yeah,
We
and
left
the
the
soul
soul
remained there.
Yes.
So even that, if you if you think like the way this the message that Kwame Nkrumah just, if everybody, all the leaders that they came to, same like if we go to Mali, we have one man called Thomas Sankara. That Thomas Sankara, he came within 2-3 years and he changed Mali. He changed everything.
Yes.
And they kill him within they kill him. So you see why Kwame Nkrumah even
That's
ran.
why he left.
The way Kwame Nkrumah ran out from Ghana, because he gave all this message and the bad people still want to kill him.
Yes, because they still had, even though you got rid of the people, their influence was there, but the people were still outside influencing your big leaders and your the church and the this and the that, to keep pulling those strings. So in order for in order to control a nation, you have to basically get rid of culture and bring religion. So they outside still pulling those strings, because they know that if the movement and the real independence and freedom of Ghana comes about by the work of Kwame Nkrumah and all of his people, then the money will stop flowing outside and they will not be getting a benefit from Ghana or Africa anymore.
Mesre atiefo a mo platform we nyina so say mesre obi biara yesi baabi a ye chechire puduo no ehwa na ye sane no ono obroni no ono na de sa no ma ne breye ene ono ese sane no ono na de ade ne bayo ene ono ese sane maye enti no ye ma ne mre kakra na onkyerechire nsem nya den emaye so aha mo Mr. Omar, thank you. Burkina Faso mo oh so nimdiye I was saying Mali, but it's Burkina Faso. Oh. I just remembered, yes.
You
Burkina
see why
Faso.
I have to do my own research?
Yes.
Because this guy doesn't give me any information.
Mr. Omar, me, I don't do research. Research, I don't do. That is why I'm still going to church.
Not on my watch.
Oh, really?
I'm not driving you there. I hope
oh, then I was Mr. Omar, me that's a name for correction. Thank you very much.
Yes,
it's Burkina Faso for Thomas Sankara. Womo oba be change ye be sadi be ye bibia kama. And so at the end of the day, no, almost they kill him. So when we're talking about this, all this Africa.
Boss, you annoyed.
Africa need to unite. Now that unite will come from where? That unite so is on the border for this Western world influence. So anybody who come in, when you want to talk the truth, you become the devil.
So
Taufik Rahim Akwaba, welcome, brother.
We gained independence, right? 1957.
Yeah.
Okay, so how about freedom? What freedom? Financial freedom? Do Ghanaians, do Africans have financial freedom?
No.
They don't have financial freedom. No. There is no jobs. There is no way for them to make money. The taxes and what that you will pay, even just by these people walking around. Somebody can stand there and just want to sell his shoe, and someone will come and the taxes they want to take from this man is more than what he has earned for the day. So we don't have financial freedom. That's freedom. If you have financial freedom, at least you can take care of yourself and you can take care of your family. We don't have it. Economic freedom. There is no economic freedom in Ghana. One district, one factory. What kind of a joke was that?
Yeah.
And we believed it. We believed that this thing was actually going to happen when it's in reality it wasn't, and it couldn't, and it won't. Faustina, I will not allow this man to go to church. If he goes there, he walks by himself and his knee is busted, so it's not happening. So economic freedom. If we had economic freedom, then we would have financial freedom. We would have financial freedom. So we don't have either of those things. Religious freedom. Here in Australia, if you talk about religious freedom here means that you are free to choose. If you want to be agnostic, Catholic, Methodist, Islam, you have the right to choose and you have the right to change. That is what our definition of religious freedom is. However, in Africa, you can't have that type of religious freedom.
No.
Because the religious there, it's not religious freedom. It's brainwashing.
Yes.
So until you remove the brainwashing of this religion, where people believe in it so strongly that they will stand in front of a pastor and let him slap him with his shoes. Let me tell you, slap me with a shoe and see what will happen to you. I don't care whether you're promising me $50 billion tomorrow. Slap me with your shoe and see what will happen to you. You won't. You will not be standing there now, I tell you straight. That is the brainwashing. So unless you get rid of that religious brainwash, then you can't have true religious freedom. You don't have religious freedom because it's still a controlling factor. It would be great if you could have the religious freedom that we have here, where you have the freedom to choose and change and nobody's fighting with each other. You as a Muslim can sit next to me, a Christian, and we have a conversation and nobody wants to kill each other. You know, we can still raise our children in the same community because we have that religious freedom. But it doesn't exist in Africa because the religion is a brainwash.
Yes.
So it's not a choice. It's something that is forced on you.
You're forced to do it.
Right.
You're forced.
Freedom abroad, which I think we discussed that already.
Yeah.
So, you can be abroad and living with all of the freedoms that being abroad will give you.
Yeah.
But all of the problems that the lack of freedom and independence in your motherland means that your phone doesn't stop, your brain doesn't stop thinking, so you may as well still be there suffering as well.
Yeah. You are not there, but the brain is there.
Yes, because this thing doesn't stop ringing, help me, bro, help me. So unless you cut that off, and then you have you don't have freedom of the heart, because now you've cut your family and your friends.
Yes.
So freedom in health and medical. What here in Australia, I could go to the doctor I could go for 365 days a year. I could take my entire family, and we are big, we are 6. We could all visit the doctor every single day for an entire year, and it would never cost me $1 single. Because the government takes care of our medical. So we have that medical freedom. We have that freedom of health. That even a surgery, if you were to need an emergency surgery, they will rush you straight in. And our public hospitals are just as good as our private hospitals, if not better. Then we have that freedom of health. I have the freedom to decide if I feel like I'm so sick I need to go to the doctor, or let me just wait a couple of days and see whether or not I get better or any of those things. But in back home, unless you have money in your pocket, then the choice is already made for you.
Yes.
Unless you have money in your pocket, the choice is already made for you. You cannot go to the doctor until you get money. So you will sit there and you will suffer and you will be sick until such time as somebody gets something for your pocket, and then the lorry fare and everything else.
So all this thing, people don't think is part of the freedom that we talking when we talk about the freedom. People don't talk. Shika Akwaba, and Tofik Akwaba. People don't think about the freedom that when we talk about freedom, they think about, why? Me, I'm here. If I eat, I sleep. If I there's no war, especially war. Because I don't know how many people I spoke to them. They were all talking about there's no war. But see how she is like breaking down all this freedom stuff that we all need to know. This is what we say freedom. You travel to abroad and you happy. You see stuff, you happy. I work with some of my white brothers. You know what? When we working, when he feel pain in his head, there's a cut. Me, I get a cut even in my forehead here.
Oh, you drop the metal.
I drop a metal on my.
You can see the scars.
The scar. See the scar. I have a scars on my.
And
hand.
That's exactly.
You know what?
You know, when you were sitting here to talk that you have freedom because you were
coming.
here.
I'm coming.
But you still will stay there with your injury.
That is what have make me think now.
Yes.
Because that time my friend said he feel a little bit dizzy. He went home.
Because you called me.
Because he don't care. He don't care. But
care.
me, I get a cut on my head that I was bleeding. But I have to stay there and work, because if I go home, I will get a call from home for help.
Yes.
And I can't help.
Yes.
If I don't work, I can't get the money. So how can I help them? So I have to stay there and work. While some people, so I can say, you people are like, sorry, like the white people I live with, they have the freedom. But any black man living in abroad that you said your family are still in Ghana, you are not a free.
No. We have freedom to prosper, right? Taking of land without compensation. So how are we supposed to, how is any Africa supposed to prosper? Building a house and having that kind of a security for your family, that you can buy your plot of land, build your house, and you know you've left something there for your family. Whilst the government or a chief or a king or whatever can come and say, no, we want that land, and they're taking it from you today. You don't get compensation, they don't put you somewhere else, nothing, just that's for us now. So that again, there is no freedom. We have something here in Australia called compulsory acquisition. So the government here too also can compulsory acquire your house. But they will send evaluators, they'll do a land evaluation, an evaluation of the house, 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, upstairs, downstairs, the size of the land, and then you can also get an independent evaluation for that too. So, and then they will say, all right, so your house is worth maybe $700,000 US. The government must give you that money before they can compulsory take your house. And they can't do it for a cathedral, let me point that out. This is for big major works, maybe for airport or for major freeways or things like that. But even still, we still have the right to appeal that decision. We still can take that to the highest court in the land of Australia and fight the government to keep our house, even though they've offered us maybe $1 million. No, this is my house, this is my land, so if you want it, you have to
But Akufo-Addo is just demolishing
Yes, he demolished what,
expensive
50,
houses,
50 plus houses to build a
nice
cathedral that
houses,
nobody needs.
just to build that church. So if I can ask this, did the Australian government have ever built a church for the nation or something like that? Or
You know, you have to make a video for this. So you know the end of the street we have here. The church are building a church and the church have run out of money. The government's not helping them. That church is sitting there unfinished at the end of the street.
the one down there.
Yes.
Getting to 2-3 years now, and it's still there.
And it's still there,
It's
unfinished.
still there. Nobody
The
hopes.
government's not coming. The government's not coming to bail them out. It's not happening.
It's not easy. It's not easy.
She come with her tricks again.
Yes, she come with it.
So,
Yes,
freedom from government and chiefs. Again, that also ties into the land. They can come and do whatever they want
Yeah.
to you. They squash all your houses, build a cathedral. The chiefs can come and say, no, you can't have this. Yes, you want to buy a plot of land, the chief can say no.
The chiefs are even scammers.
Yeah.
Because me even I have been a victim.
Yes.
A chief they have sold that land for almost 4 people, one land, and the chief will provide a document for each one.
Yes.
And now it's about us to fight who can win and get the land. If like myself, I'll say, oh, okay, no problem. I don't care. You just take it. I don't care because I care about my life. I spend the money and I know if I have my life, I can still work and get the money and buy another one. But somebody that is his last hope. That is his last hope he used for to buy that land. And now a chief has sold this land for 4 people. So this guy will never leave this house live fighting. He won't stop fighting to get the land from and that causes they kill this one, they kill somebody, they do that. So now I have when we're talking about freedom as Ghanaians, we think Patrick Dodu Akwaba, we said, oh, we have a freedom in Ghana. Then that means if we're talking about a freedom, then Ghana, we have to stop celebrating that independence. Because for what you have even opened now, there's nothing in my country shows that we are independent, we have independence, and we are freedom. Because there's nothing in our country that is free.
You guys don't even have freedom of peace of mind, freedom for safety. Because now robbers, even you yourself, if you go home, the way you will talk to me about going home and how you have to be, even to take me home, the steps and measures that you will take to make sure that me and this baby and my father and whoever else you take home is safe. Because they think that we are coming there with our big dollars.
Yes.
So, you know, you don't have that freedom of safety. You don't have the reliance on your police force because they are just as corrupt as your leaders. So you don't have that freedom of safety and that freedom of peace of mind that, you know, you can wake up today and go from A to B to C to D and then back to A and know that you're going to get there safely. You don't know the lorry that you take will hit a pothole and tip and you know how many times has that happened?
Even as I can put those one, people can see me, I'm wearing black. I'm wearing black today because of my father, my friend, and my everything. His name is Osafo. He is the Brong Ahafo regional chairman. Bron have for MPP regional chairman. Onya kan kwanhia ewo eye sunwane kwan so eye akyirensua to hwidim ena owuye na ene na eye no enura ena eye no ne na wotweda entinaja mantima anko bidie yese me nso me hona no because wahwe me waboa me madam for me ne you close to sin obi a wo wiase ha but eja nyankopon na de ma ena osaide oje nti so hu se me hyetuntuma na eye honorable Jerry eye ahafo bron ahafo regional chairman a wanya ne ba bi kono enu nti ena ama ma hye ntuntuntuma me de tie me damase.
So, and then I think finally the freedom to live freely. Ghana, I mean, can you imagine if since you've been here, do you see the military driving around in their cars? Do you see the army people walking the streets? So you have your police force that are corrupt, so you know, well, maybe you can throw some cities at them and they will go away and leave you. It's the military. So you're living in a state of fear. Your military are walking the streets and driving this. If you are wearing the wrong thing, they will take you. You don't get. There's no court of law. There's not like, oh, you will be trialed and judged by your peers.
No, they'll start beating you.
That is it.
And you see that. You see, we should share this video for we to learn. And some people who don't want to learn or want to do research can do more. Since I came to Australia, I never see army.
And you know the army car you seen the other day was just somebody who painted their car. That
is what I was about to say, because I'm almost 6 years here. Huh? I'm almost 6 years in Australia. But I never see a soldier car. Soldier for car. I mean, who be that? It will chrome her. I asked her, now the soldier for ni chrome her, man. Because Ghana, what mean soldier ni ko crash wa peteshasi. You can go and crash with soldiers, army man in a beer bar. You can, everywhere you can see soldiers. Everywhere you can see soldiers. Even police people, you will see them in a right position. Not like they just flopping around like Ghana. You will see a policeman holding a polenta bag with a Adriani Gari. Adriani Gari no police in Inuokita, Adriani Gari no de na. Bachelor no de call. No. Since I came here, I never see those. When you see a policeman, my daughter, she always go to the police and talk to them. And I was thinking, no. She go to them and talk to the police people and play with them like talking and dancing and doing that. And all the police was so calm, teaching this baby and make her to know. But in Ghana, even a kid doesn't even care about police. Even the way police people will talk to you, you won't even allow your kid to go there. You won't go. Police in Ghana, police in Sikoto. Ghana police in Timi Sikoto pa maniko wajim. Ghana police, you know this one we call it koto.
We call it knuckle duster. The one that you actually put on with the knuckle.
Yeah, like I make like that.
Oh, if you make okay.
This like that. This one to sort of some people we call like kota koto. The policeman will hit your head like that. You will go home and you are still dreaming like you are in somewhere. So, but since I came here, I never see all those things. I never see a police. Even I go many countries as I travel around the world. I don't see like things that Africa is doing. I never see that in any country.
Even so, as you say this one today about them, like what we would call that police brutality. Just as of this week, Victoria alone has rolled out for I think nearly all of the entire Victorian police force the body cameras, and that's not just for them. That's for us. That's for our safety too. They cannot turn those off. So that means if you have a complaint about police brutality, this man hit me, he this, he that, they pull that.
That's a beautiful freedom.
It's not just recorded here. So we have that freedom of safety, that peace of mind.
We don't have it.
No, you guys live in a state of fear.
Yes, yeah, we have zero to celebrate for our independence. Say Ghana is free forever. Ghana we have Ghana we have what. It's not good because a military people they based in where they're supposed to be. A police people are based in where they're supposed to be. They are not just walking same like they're going market to buy tomato or makola joke. So this all kind of this, it doesn't give us a freedom. We are not free.
No, we are not free.
The explanation of freedom is okay.
It's very big.
Yeah. So
this one is not a part of the speech.
Yeah.
Not a part of the speech, but it ties into it. So Kwame Nkrumah said, "As far as I am concerned, I am in the knowledge that death can never extinguish the torch which I have lit in Ghana and Africa. Long after I am dead and gone, the light will continue to burn and be borne aloft," meaning it will be up, spreading
Bright
light,
everywhere.
giving light and guidance to all people. I don't think that light has been lit for a really long time. I think that light went out a really long time ago, and it's only because of, I'm so sorry, it's only because of the people like Abraham Ben Moshi, Yahuda P. Black, yourself, Sankofa, Mr. Juku, Mr. Umar, all of these people that are relighting this flame that was lit 62 years ago by one man has now become a movement. So we need to keep fueling that light, because if that light goes out again, then we are going to see a Hitler-like a Germany, like a
Pharaoh
Holocaust.
Kwaba.
You know, we're going to see a Holocaust come. If Africa fall back and go back, and every time you go back, you don't go back one step, it's like going back 3 or 4 steps. So if we don't keep this light lit, and if we don't keep this movement moving forward, we are going to see a whole new world of a Holocaust in Africa. Africa needs to be the number one. They have the resources, they have everything that they need, but if they continue to have this belief of self-hate and that black is not good enough and believing these religious doctrines that also force them under control of the white man law, then that light will go out again. We've relit it, now we need to keep throwing fuel on it.
To light it more.
Yes.
To light it more. That means if we'll see this, that means I think everybody who have been awakened now, you are blessed. Anybody who is awakened now is blessed, and we should keep on fighting for it. So you have any message for? I think you finished or not?
I'm good. Yeah.
Okay.
People are probably tired.
Yeah,
of
people
talking.
here talking. Thank you, Madam Wasi. We thank everybody. Now she have what the name kasa and Abba. Now all what she need to talk and just enlighten also have come to the end. But it's not end. It's not end. If end, that means we finish.
No, we're not done.
We will sit.
I've still got many things, but we
to
have
talk.
to.
Yeah,
I've
we
been
still,
talking for 2 hours.
Yeah, so people need to come in and
thank you though. Meruasa Pa for also let me talk and get through all of these points that I didn't think it would take that long, to be perfectly honest. When I read it before, it was like 15 minutes when I talk many.
Yeah, because you also explain. That's
Yes.
why it takes about. So I also thank you so much because
you see what what Tofik said. You see how you were talking about there's no war in Ghana. That's why we have our freedom. This is exactly my point, sister. Our leader don't listen. We need to go on them with war. Yes, we're not talking about guns and violence, but it's an internal war that your country and your continent is fighting. So there isn't no war in Ghana. It is an internal war against the corrupt leaders.
You see, if you live, it's beautiful. I can't even. You see, if this one, my main fat minu ya sankofa na ombrana ononso mekanedi na area yakofa Mr. Omar na yakofa Mr. Ajikum. Me bra sankofa me ado na wa aba area Mr. Ajikum na obi a ononso ka ho bia wo de ayede aba abeto so. Nti Mr. minu ya sankofa me ado. Me I don't know. Obia who kwan say oyeden oba on so be kire na ade. You see this word, the word Mr. Collins, the best friend say what this topic right. You see somebody who doesn't understand the English, like me, the way Topic said it, I take it in other way. You know, I take it in another direction. I think like you said, we should go for war. But you see the way because the English is for you, you can understand it well. It's not about we should go for war, but we should go, you see?
Yes.
So that is why people are fighting with us here, because they don't know we don't understand some of the words. Mimi Asankofa.
Please, thank you so much for joining us. And let me just say, everybody that's listening here on this platform, leave my brother alone about his English. It's fine. We love your English.
That is my motto. I'll never use my motto back. I'll just tell them that English language is not my language. So take it anyhow. That is my motto. Because I try to speak English because of the love of this program, that I'm trying to speak English. I don't speak good English, but I'm just forcing myself because of the love of this program that is going on. Once again, I will say thank you, Mr. Ebutreka and Obaya ASANTEWA and everyone on this platform watching this program. Thank you once again for giving me this opportunity. Now, I just want to go straight to the point. The topic is, do we have independence? It is two things, independence and freedom, isn't it? Because as Ebutreka said, some of our people think that when we say independence or freedom, meaning there is no war in our country, so we have freedom. But it is not like that. Now, let me quickly get the explanation of these two words before I will say my mind. Okay. Now, independence. The meaning of independence is freedom, free freedom outside control, not subject to other authority. Free from outside control, not subject to other authority. Next, meaning when you become an independent country, you need to depend on your own. You don't need to go outside, seek for help, go and borrow money and all those stuff to come and help your country. If you are a country and you think you have an independence, but you still go and borrow money outside, you still ask help from outside, you still need some ideas from the outsiders before you can control your country, meaning you don't have independence because you are still dependent on other people, and you are getting there is some authorities from the outsiders to control your people in the country. So first of all, we Africans or we Ghanaians especially, we don't have independence. That independence we have now, as half Bosom, half Nipa said, it's a scam. It's just a scam. You know, these white people, they just give us this independence because they knew what they have planned. They planned that, no, let's give them these people independence. They will think that they have gained independence, but we will take another way to take them as a slaves, so that they will continue depends on us. You understand the point? Now, they just gave us this this independence, and later they brought us religion, they brought us schools, they brought us what do you call it? They brought us these political parties in order to use these tools to control us and take us as slaves once again. So we Ghanaians especially, we don't have freedom. We are still under the control of the white supremacy. We are still slaves to these white people. Now, let's look at the definition of freedom. Let's look at the definition of freedom. The definition of freedom is the power or right to act, speak, or think as one wants. Now, as your wife said, Ghanaians, we have some freedoms. The freedom, we have some and we don't have some. You know, Ghanaians have freedom to speak. If we don't have freedom to speak, we couldn't have come to social media and then bash our president, our political leaders. The time of J.J. Rawlings, if you do that, if you have the guts to do these things, talk against the president in power and the political leaders, you'll be cut off from the country. So now, for that freedom of speech, I can say we have it. But apart from that, we don't have anything. That freedom we are talking about, we don't have it. Because we don't have freedom to you know, to ask something from the president in power to help us. Now, if the nation is going through something and a thing is affecting the members of the country, and when they speak it out to let the government to help them, the government don't want to give them ears because the government in power thinks he has power and authority on everybody in the country. So the members, he don't give a fuck of them. He don't mind them. He don't want to listen to anybody. What they will say, or he don't want to help them in anything that they want, you know. And two, this freedom we are talking about, especially in religion. Religion is a family property. Religion, the slavery in religion is like family property. If your parents are Muslims, by all means, you need to grow up to become a Muslim. You don't need to choose other religion outside the religion that you were born into, because your parents were grown up as a Muslim. You need to become a Muslim. If your parents are Christians, you need to become a Christian. When your parents are Christian, for the Christians own, I can say there is a little bit freedom there, because you can choose to be a Christian when you grow up, or you can choose to be an atheist, you can choose to be a Muslim, you can choose to be a non-religious. In Christianity, I know this thing exists, but in Islamic religion, you cannot decide for yourself that no, I'm grown up now and I don't want to be a Muslim, I want to be a Christian, or I want to be an atheist. This, the Muslims see this thing. The moment you said, no, I want to go out from this, the religion of my parents, they see it as a curse. You have brought a curse upon them. So they need to chase you out from the family, or they need to remove their hands on you. They don't want to call you even their child or their family member. So in Islamic, this freedom, they don't have it. Freedom in religion, they don't have it. So we Africans, what I can say that the freedom we have is only freedom of speech. We have only freedom of speech. But apart from that, we don't have anything freedom in our country. We don't have any freedom in our country. We don't have, because we the citizens, our cries that we cry so that the government will hear our cry and help us, doesn't reach, or he don't see that our tears like something that is important to him. The moment they gain the power from the individuals or the citizens, they put themselves upper high, that nobody in the country can ask them or can request something that they need from this government so that they will help them. If they want to help, it is by their choice, not the choice of the individuals in the country. It is by choice they will build clinic. It is by choice they will make a better road. It is by choice they will help the needy ones. You know, but by choice, they don't have choice to help the needy. They don't have choice to take care of this clinic staff. They don't have choice. It's like they don't mind anything. They don't have this what should I put it? They don't have better idea to help the individuals in the country. It is by choice that the choice of the government that he wants to build a cathedral. But you know, the members or the citizens in the country, it's not agree with the president building a cathedral with $100 million of dollars. But the members or the citizens in the country, they are not agree with the president. So we don't have freedom. The freedom is in the hands of only those political leaders alone. If you are not a political leader, you don't have freedom, because you don't need to decide anything for the leaders. You see? So our people should rise up. Our people should rise up and then know that freedom, we don't have it, and that independence, we don't have it, because independence, we still depends on another man's country. We go and borrow money. We seek help from the outsiders to come and help our country and all those stuff. So we don't have freedom, we don't have independence. This is my small contribution, and I would like to land here so that other people will join and then contribute as well. Thank you for this opportunity. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you. And I will see the brain.
You can see there's This guy, Ras Body, Ketoa Brothers. No,
Oh yeah.
I can't read it as far as you're
Yeah, we call Mr. Omar to then after we get Mr. Jekum and everybody blink is continue.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Greetings to you and your wife. I'm sorry, and our wife and everybody watching and listening to us. And
Thank you.
Mr. Medase, thank you for your good work. I think I have one or two things to contribute. You were talking about the freedom, how to develop our country, our economical freedom and other things. But let me tell you one thing. I don't even have a dream that one day Ghana or Africa as a whole can change. Let's make it clear. You know why? If you are living in a country where your president and your vice president and all the members of state travel to abroad for their medication, it tells you something. If your mother is operating in a restaurant and you went out to other restaurants to buy the same food in which your mother is being selling to her customers, it tells something that your mother is selling something which is not good.
That's it.
So if your president is sick and traveled to abroad to seek a medication, it means our health system is broke.
Yes.
In the other way, why can't you they fix that? Fix that. It's possible. It's the money, and there is a money, and they took our money for abroad for their medication. Why shouldn't them use the same money to buy in those materials?
Yes.
Two, there's no way we can end up a corruption in Ghana. Why? The president and the parliamentarians themselves, they buy votes before they become president or parliamentarians. They buy it. So if you buy your power from the people, what are we going to expect from them? They must continue their corrupt system to take back the money they use to buy the vote from the voters.
Yes. So it just becomes a vicious cycle that doesn't ever end.
Yes. And the police can never change from their corrupt attitude. Why? In Ghana, before you enter into the police service, you pay a bribe. You pay. And if a citizen pay to be recruited as a policeman, what are you expecting it from that policeman? And the president is aware. The ministers, they are aware that they took money before they get in. Being a police or military, all of them, they pay bribes. So what are you expecting from them? A country where before you will be able to call to play for our national team, you have to pay bribe. So expect from that player, if he pays before he can go to the national team, what are you expecting from that player? So in every single sector in Ghana or sector in Ghana, there are about 90 to 99% corruption going on there, and the president is aware. So why should we have a dream that one day Ghana will change or Africa will change? We can't. We can't. Every country has a vision. In your country, Australia, I know Australia have up to 100 years ahead vision. So if this current government lose election to the incoming one will continue, because that's the vision and the plan of the Australian people. In America, in Europe, they have the same thing. In Ghana, we don't have any plan for the nation. Every government comes with its plan. If incoming government take over from the previous one, whatever the previous ones use taxpayers' money to begin in, it will be abandoned, and he will begin his own. What kind of leaders we have? We have leaders, they're greedy, but we don't have a thinkers. They don't think.
No.
None of them, apart from Nkrumah, none of them. Let me ask you something. If your father died and leave behind 75 companies and factories, and after 62 years of the death of your father, you have almost lost every company or factory that your father left for you. What kind of person you think you are? Are you not stupid?
No. No. Yes.
75 factories and companies and Nkrumah left behind. Ask me, about 50% of them have been changed into churches in Ghana. It is only in Ghana we broke down a factory or a company and we replace it with church. That means we don't have a thinkers. We have foolish leaders. Tell me, in your country, Australia, come on, Lisa. Your prime minister will have a gas to break down a company or government house and build a church.
No. It wouldn't happen.
Even think of it.
The government here is secular, so it doesn't matter what religious faction you follow. It's not allowed to have any influence on your political decisions. And if it does, we will remove you from office. It's just that.
Because Australia have a deeper thinkers leaders, whereby in our country we have greedy and criminal leaders. Look at a country like China, almost 1.6 billion people. They cultivated what they eat, and they export the remaining ones.
People, they can donate $1 each, and we will wipe out the debt in Ghana.
You see, almost 1.7 billion people. They cultivate what they eat, and they export the remaining ones. And we are less than 30 million people in Ghana. We have all the virgin forests in Ghana, and we can't even feed ourselves. We are importing almost about 80% of what we eat from abroad.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, and that one is ridiculous because the stuff that's coming in from China is not edible for humans. It's not for human consumption. They wouldn't eat it.
You see,
they will send it.
And see, I mean, sometimes you people should see. We have some people like politicians. We always attack them, but the we citizens too, we don't think. Because in Ghana,
well, at the end of the day, it would only take every citizen to say, this month we will buy local food only, and the imported food will die because they will make no money. Stop buying the imported food because the money is going outside. Why would you want to grow up and be a farmer whilst your next door neighbor is buying his food from China instead of coming and giving you money for your
and the stuff that even they import to our country, it's not something that gives us health. It's like something that is why we now we are dying a lot.
You know what?
Versus the natural foods of your land.
You know what?
You know, the body evolves to its environment. So if you were eating your local foods, then that is what is local to your body and your system also. So when you start eating this imported crap that's not fit for human consumption, that is why we have so many people getting sick. That's why the economy doesn't grow, because the money is going. Not only are they taking the gold, they're taking the money for your food as well. And all your beautiful produce is rotting in the street.
And you know one thing also, all those importers have connection with the authority. So it's like the importers are doing business with the authorities. That is why the authorities, they don't want to provide enough local food for us,
Yes.
for them not to lose their benefits. Look, tell me, in Ghana, sometimes you might hear it from the news that the government have been pumping in millions of cedis to support the farmers. But let me tell you, at the end of the day, the loan
They are killing the farmers.
they are not going to give it to the farmers. They will rather give it to the importers, the businessmen, the tycoons.
Yes. Yes.
So this
And you know,
business
if you really
tycoons.
think about that side of it too, you have us out here, sorry to interrupt, but whilst your people home are buying this imported Chinese rubbish, plastic, you've got us sitting here abroad paying a fortune to import food from Ghana so we can eat it.
Bro, me talk fufu powder. Fufu powder na egu can mo kura.
You have to get the bag. So
See?
I found when this man was coming, I researched so I could make sure I could buy and cook this guy his African food and not just feed him spaghetti. But the amount of money that we will spend in this one shop, because this guy will import it, is almost the same as what we would spend for a week's worth of food on everything else. And the people there, it's like they have no mind for their natural produce and natural product. I mean, I'm here paying $10, $11, $12 for a box of powdered fufu. I would give anything to have fresh, pounded, proper fufu, not powder. See, and your people are buying these Chinese imported, you know, you look this stuff here, the onga. This is one of my favorite. I love using it.
Yeah.
But just three, just this three will cost me $1, so it'll cost maybe $4 Ghana cedis just for three sachets of that.
You see?
This one of Gary. This one here can get maybe to 15 Australian, so 15, 30, 40. So getting to 50 Ghana for Gary. Yeah. This one, the Abimdu. This small tin alone is about 8, so 8, 12, 6, getting to 20 Ghana.
Yeah.
And your people have this food on hand, and it's your local food. It's what will keep you strong and healthy, and you will buy this imported Chinese crap.
And as for those products you are showing me, as an average Ghanaian, how many of them have even seen before? More than 60% of Ghanaian population never see this product before. I'm telling you the fact. Yes.
Yes.
You know why? Our leaders don't want to make our local product attractive, because the reason behind is that whenever they are in opposition, they travel to abroad to take a loan from the foreign companies. So whenever they come to power, they will sign with them so that they can bring in their products. That is why
true, Mr.
you can see.
Mr. Omar.
Yes.
Mr. Omar, it's true. You see this one? When I went home, I tried to find a couple of them here. I go Kumasi market, everywhere I couldn't get this. But I go to a shop here and I can find them. But in home,
yes,
I go, they sell it in some shop, but it's not many. You can't see them like you see everything anywhere.
But you know, I say for this one, the home people should use normal stuff and not the powder.
Yeah, and this one even not like if somebody made it. It's like, you know, it's not like.
And you know, we go and to buy the Africa food. The first thing that I will look for is this where it will say, sorry, it's backward product of Ghana. And I make sure that it is from Ghana. It's not coming from, Nigeria or any of those other places. Because that's the only small contribution we too can make to the Ghana economy. That if we buy products from Ghana, that money is actually going back there.
You know what? And one funny thing is, when you become awake and you try to tell your brothers, they will rather fight against you, because the politician will sell from them $1 million, and after giving them hundreds of dollars, and they will support that politician rather than support you to fight against the corruption. Meanwhile, the person who gave them that hundreds of dollars have taken from them millions of dollars. So I don't have any dream that one day Africa will change, because the youth, we don't want to open our eyes, and the leaders allow me to. I'm on program, and our leaders. I mean, tell me, we all travel to have experience, isn't it? Last time I was saying it on Sankofa program or someone else that there will be no way for me going back home to build a house without a toilet. If I build a house, every room must have its own toilet. Why? Because whatever I've been to, every single room have its own bath and toilet. So, if as an ordinary citizen, I will go back and apply whatever I've come across from foreign country, and our leaders, about 80% of them were schooling in abroad, sitting in the same classroom with the white men.
Yeah.
Why shouldn't they brought home whatever they experienced in America, in UK, in France, to build our country? They will learn it in Europe.
They only
whatever,
bring back to corruption.
Yes. Whenever they step foot in Kotoka International Airport, that will be the last place they leave all those good things they left. They learned in from Europe, and they go back to our 14th, 16th century thoughts.
It's nice.
So we have a long way to go. We have a long way to go. See, this our smallest contribution we are doing on Facebook. Do you know they are attacking on us? They are attacking on us because we are trying to open up our people's eye, and they don't want it. They don't want it. Let me tell you, keep it in mind. You can see somebody come on Facebook Live talking rubbish, nonsense. That person might say that whatever hour he wants it. But when you begin to talk in sense, they'll begin to interrupt your connection.
Yep. It's true. Yeah.
The eyes of your people. Why? In Arabian country, they have only oil and gas. In Ghana, we have more than 8 or 9 mineral resources. But we are still borrowers. I always say I will never cast my vote for a president who cannot make money in our country, because any sensible leader will never borrow. He will rather make money from his own resource. But what we see, our leaders always travel to abroad and borrow. And whoever gives you money, the money will come with conditions.
Yes. Nothing is ever free.
Let me say something here. British left for Nkrumah 200 million pounds. And before they overthrew Nkrumah, Nkrumah also borrowed $250 million. And within this 450 million pounds, he was able to build 75 factories and companies. Now, Ghana is taking over billions of dollars and pounds. We can't even build one factory out of these millions of pounds. Are we going forward or? Recently, Nana Akufo-Addo and Mahama, they have borrowed enough, almost more than what Nkrumah borrowed, but none of them has been able to build even 2 or 3 factories out of millions of dollars they have taken from the West.
Where this money?
So where's our hope? Where's our hope that one our best? But I don't even believe it. We can succeed.
Nah.
Yes.
Nah.
We were happy
when
we first time discovered this petrol. Oh, Ghana is going to change. Ghana is going to change. Tell me, what change have this oil have brought to Ghana, ordinary Ghanaian? Nothing. Nothing. Whatever thing the government of Ghana does, they will show you where they took that money from. For example, if the government constructs a road, 40, 50-kilometer road from Accra to Kumasi, they will tell you, we took money from the Japanese government to build this road. Whenever they build public toilet, they will tell you, we took this money from the German government. Whenever they build hospital, they will tell you, we took this money from American government. Now tell me, where is the money of our resources? Because whatever they do, they will show us where the money came from. Then our resources, they are selling it. Where is the money? Where is the money?
It's lining pockets.
No, lining pocket. I think they're just taking the money and hiding them over somewhere. As you said, I don't think this Africa will come back. It's gone.
I think a lot of people are. I think a lot of my colleagues. What? I have to allow them to come and share their ideas too. But as for me, I'm trying my best, but I don't have any damn hope that with this kind of leaders we have in hand now, we can make a change. Thank you for your good program. Hope to see you next week.
Mr. Omar, Martin Medase, Yadawasipa, Yamin, bye-bye, Yadawasi. Mr. Omar, so I can idea. Wakapa, Mr. Ajeku.
Me, I have purple.
Yeah, from. Yes, I'm to need to have food.
It will come. It will come in time.
Mr. Ajeku is here. Your friend. Mr. Ajeku Makwaba.
Major, I greet you and your wife. I greet your viewers. Thank you for inviting me. I would like to touch on a couple of points you guys. I'm so happy you guys are talking about these important issues because these are the issues affecting Africa. I will tackle Kwame Nkrumah's speech. Said there is a new era for Africa and the black man is capable of managing his own resources. That was a political gimmick. Kwame Nkrumah's statement was a political gimmick because in today's world, we live in a realistic world. What we see in Ghana and Africa is the real character of our people. Corruption is our hallmark. Corruption is in our blood. Corruption is in our DNA. How can you be managers of your own affairs if you cannot manage your own resources? If you cannot manage water, if you cannot manage rivers, you cannot manage your beasts, you can't manage animals, you can't manage human beings. How can you be managers of your own affairs? You can't manage anything. You see, the Western world and the powerful nations, they have observed Africa to be a corrupt continent. So anybody at all can come to Africa, tap into their resources, because if you go to the communities, this is what you need. Just buy a goat, buy snap, put little on top, give a thief. With the politician, you take care of them. You give you access to plenty of resources, you can mine their resources, and you can take everything away. So we can't be managers of anything. We are just deceiving ourselves. And you see, the most upset thing is that politicians, when they are coming, they will take Kwame Nkrumah's statement, they will put it on stage. Oh, that Africa, black people, we are managing our own affairs. That is a big lie. We are not deceiving anybody. We are deceiving ourselves. The truth must be told. The truth that we cannot sustain or manage anything to help our people. We cannot help ourselves. We think that corruption is the way forward. We think that we should allow people to enter Africa, take resources away, and we don't care. So the adonkerism is just our hallmark. The adonkerism is our national anthem. So people must realize that Kwame Nkrumah's statement wasn't real. It was just a gimmick. Because Kwame Nkrumah himself even realized that local languages were important because Kwame Nkrumah made a statement during one of his campaign. He said, the local languages must be used during funerals, during functions, and when the deceased and people are gathered. But in classrooms, we must use the English language as a medium of instruction. So Nkrumah even failed at that time because his own statement contradicts himself. Because today, as we are talking, English language is our national language. We don't value ourselves. How can you be manager of your own affairs if you don't value your culture, you don't value your language? So Nkrumah's statement is something that we should not take it serious because in today's Africa or in Ghana, corruption is what we eat. The people, we have accepted corruption as something that is part of us. We should regard it as something, oh, that is part of us. We don't see anything wrong with it. So Kwame Nkrumah's statement was just a fallacy. I just want to say something about, your wife also said something very important about bleaching the skin. This is what I have realized. Because we don't value ourselves and because we think we are not important people, our skin color is a curse. Because it is written in a certain book that we are cursed people. So Africans and black people in general, we don't like what we have. Look at my face like a charcoal. Somebody will tell you that you have a dark skin, your skin look like a quota, you are blah, blah, blah. So they don't want to go outside and with this black skin to take it away. But I want to tell my people, if you are bleaching, you shouldn't be happy because no matter how you bleach, no matter what you do, if you go to Europe and America, you are still a black man because nobody will regard you as a white person because you still have the African feature. They don't care about you. So if you are bleaching and thinking that this is the white skin is the skin that is that will be accepted in America or in Europe, you are a liar. You are just lying. You are just lying to yourself. African people value yourself. Your skin is important. The reason why you have this dark skin is that it is a protective shell against certain layers from the sun. If you just wear these chemicals, you are just eating up the epidermis and the dermis. And guess what you get? Cancer. You will get a lot of skin issues, skin
you see,
problems.
even here in Australia, us white people, we have the highest cases of skin cancer in the world because we are so white. I don't understand this concept of people thinking that their black skin is not good. If you come to Australia or you go to America or you go to Europe, go to a beach and see how many white people are laying out there on their asses trying to get dark. So it has to stop. The only way we even have a white skin is because the black woman is the only species on the planet of Earth, whether we talk about human beings or animals, that has the mitochondrial DNA, the ability to produce any other color other than black. So the only reason we have white people is because of a black woman. So to change your skin and to become something other than what you are, it's a lack of self-love, and we need to stop that. We really need to stop that self-hate.
Yes, that's the truth. And you see, our leaders are not doing anything about it. They have allowed these people who are selling this product and access into the nation. They just bring this product into the country. People just go to the market and just buy. We can't just do this thing to ourselves. If we think that we can manage our own affairs, you can't manage your own skin. You think your skin is a curse, and you shy doing outside with this skin. It is just a terrible thing. In the United States, I even still see black African Americans bleaching. You see, most of them bleach, and it's just a disaster. Africans, let us value what we have. We cannot change ourselves. You see, no matter what a monkey is, a monkey cannot be regarded as a human being. A monkey is a monkey. So no matter what you do to your skin, to putting makeup, putting so many things on your skin, you are still a black person. Cherish yourself and value yourself. Instead of just devalue and degrading yourself to the outside world, it is not good. You just said something about the chiefs.
They need to ban these products. They're dangerous.
The chiefs.
And it's the responsibility of us and the generation. You keep quiet. It's the responsibility of our mothers and fathers today that are still bleaching whilst their small baby is there to see that this woman. So all they are teaching is this whole new generation that their black skin is not good enough.
Yes, yes, that is the truth. That's the truth. You also said something about the chiefs. We have some of our people living in Europe and United States parading themselves as kings and queens, and they think they can be over there and be lording over people. You see, the reality is that the chiefs are our problem in Africa. The chiefs are our problem. They don't contribute anything significant to Africa development. The chiefs are the reason why African continent is like that. They contribute nothing. You see, they have brainwashed our people. They told our people that they are the royal people. They sit on stools. They sit on thrones. And the rest of other people are slaves. That they are the important people. And they are so special that they are above the law. And it is so ridiculous. It is only in Africa that you will see the chief. And the chief is just above the law. Whatever that they do, nobody questions them. You dare not question the chief. You see, we have so many things that we take in Ghana. They take royalties, they take properties tax rate, they sell properties, they sell lands, they sell trees. We don't question them. We don't ask them, you guys are getting all these money. What do you guys use the money for? We don't question them because they will tell you that they are chiefs, they are Nana. Nobody dare question Nana. Even when the Nana is doing something wrong, you have no moral right to question Nana. These people, chieftaincy institution must be banned. Chieftaincy institution must be banned because that institution is just a tyrannic institution. It's just a dictatorship institution. You don't allow people to access the palace. You don't allow people to question you. You don't allow people to have access to what you guys are doing. What kind of system is this? And this system only operates in Africa because we don't want to win. We think they are special people. They are not special people. They are just an ordinary human being, just like you and I. It's just that they brainwashed our people and they said they are special. They are not special. So if we see that they are doing something wrong, let us come out, condemn them. Because these people are holding Africa backwards. Instead of Africa moving forward, these people, they are, you see, if you go to the community, I said something earlier, you can give them a goat, sheep, give them snap. Just add little bit, 1 million, 10 million, and they'll give you access to all the resources, and they will tell you to destroy the resources. The rivers are important because rivers sustain human life. Water is life. But these people, they don't care about anything we have. They just give access, concessions to people. And these people go to riverside, riparian trees, they go there and they destroy everything. The chiefs are responsible for African downfall, and we must wake up. We don't see whatever they do. People will tell that, oh, chieftaincy institution is important. It is not important. That is a tyrannic institution. These people operate based on dictatorship because these people fear them, and they think that there is a supernatural energy in the stool that they sit that you dare not question them. When the chief is doing something stupid, there is a chief who is doing corruption. This chief name is just popping up. Oh, there is a scandal, and there is one chief whose name has been mentioned. Nobody questions them, because we think that they are above the law. How can this continent move forward when people are above the law? In every nation, laws must be above everyone. Law comes first before even the top hierarchy. But in Ghana, it is not like that. The chiefs and the politicians are above the law, and we, the ordinary human beings, we, the ordinary citizens, are below the law, which is not the reality. The reality is everybody must be below the law. But the chiefs, we must take this issue and we must, educate our Ghanaian people. We don't get anything from these chiefs. If you go to all the communities, you see all the villages, we have chiefs everywhere. But when I came to the United States, there's nothing like that. In the United States, we don't have a single chief out here. But the African person will travel to the United States and they will form, oh, this group, they have their chief is sitting in Massachusetts. This group people, they have these chiefs living in New York. What kind of stupidity? We don't practice this system here in the United States. But you bring back your stupidity in the United States, thinking that, oh, we are royal people, our people, my tribe, we have a king. You don't have a king. They do nothing for our people. They contribute nothing. They don't build any nation. They don't build any city. There is no single city in Ghana that was built by any chief. If you go to Ghana, whatever that you see, it is the citizens. They build those cities, not any single chief. The chiefs, they take the money, put it into their pocket. The money belongs to only their immediate family. It is not even, if you go to Kumasi, the chief in Kumasi, is the money that he gets is not for anybody, it's for the family that he comes from. But we have allowed all these people taking advantage of the system because we think, oh, we are keeping culture. They don't keep any culture. All the chiefs go to church. If they think they want to sustain and maintain our culture, then they must do they must do the right thing. You cannot go to church and think that, oh, we should respect the chief. When the chief go to church, he go to Pentecost, he go to Roman Catholic Church, he go there and then they insult him. In addition, that chieftaincy and our culture is just stupid. That, oh, African people, your culture is evil. But this chief will go there and sit down there, and he will hear all this thing. The next time, he just come back and still on a stool and expect me to respect you. I will never do that. These are the people who allowed people into the African continent and slavery took place. These are the people who taught white people how to enslave Africans. These are the people, you see, when the white man came to Africa, we saw our people were just enslaving each other. Our people were oppressing themselves. And the white man said, we only came here to do trade. So now we are going to take advantage of the system. And they took advantage of the system. And how on earth must we continue to sustain this stupid chieftaincy system in Ghana? It is not helping us. The continent is falling because of these people. Now we have political hierarchy and we have chieftaincy too. These things does not match together. The chiefs are interfering in our development. If you go to Ghana, they claim that, oh, they are the land owners, they are the resource owners, and they don't do anything. Resource, and you know, guess what they do? They will sell a land to you. The next day, they will sell to another person. They can sell a particular land to different people, even almost up to 10, 100 times. Now, if you go to Accra, you go to all the big cities, they have formed what we call langas. They kill people every day because of land. And we are allowing all these people, we don't question them, we think they are special. There is no special person in Ghana, no special person above anybody, because nobody descended from the skies, nobody descended from the oceans. We all came out of a human being. So if they think that they are royal people and they think that they want to actually help Africa, then they must cease all the nonsense that they are doing, because we cannot assess our people. What system is this? You can't go to Kumasi, you can't go to Accra, you can't go to Tamale, you can't go to all the other places and question your chief. They will tell you that you are lucky. If it is in the olden times, you will cut off your head. What kind of system is it? What kind of system is this? And we still practice this, allowing these people to destroy the African continent. So thank you very much for touching this system, that our people who are parading themselves overseas here, that they are chiefs and queens, we see these people and we laugh. You can't be chief and queens over anybody here in the United States. How dare you? You claim to be a chief, but you go to work and you can't control anybody out there. There was a chief that there was something happened in New York. They call the police that, motherfucker, you can't be a chief out here. You can't bring that your stupidity out here. In the United States, the law rule. We live here with laws. So you cannot bring that to a chieftaincy where you oppress people, where you think everybody must submit to you. You can't bring it out here. So African people, just wake up. Let me say this last thing, and then I will end, and I'll allow other people to come. There is something here that corruption. That how can the Ghana or Africa, move forward when we are teaching the world corruption? You see, people know everything about Africa as corruption. They know us to be corrupt. We are so corrupt. We are very corrupt. We are teaching them. Anybody at all from Europe, Asia, South America, United States, Canada can come to Ghana, negotiate anything with anybody. For the chiefs, for them, I don't want to have already said something about them. They just bribe and they will have their way into the state. They will take everything. You can name all the resources that we have in Ghana that we have mining companies. Ask yourself, how much are we getting? With the gold, we get about 3%. With the so-called, the newly discovered crude oil, we get about just 5%. And some other minerals, we get 1-2%. So who was the person who negotiated and think that Ghana we deserve 1%, and the person who is doing the mining deserves 98%. So corruption is everywhere. Anybody at all can come to Ghana, take advantage of the system. The Chinese, they have realized that African people are dumb. They are so corrupt. So the Chinese are pushing their people, go to Ghana, do galamsey, destroy their rivers because they don't value their rivers. They don't value their language. They don't value their food. They don't value nothing. Go there and destroy the land, destroy forest, destroy whatever is there. And we are so glad and we are so happy. You go to these communities partner with the Chinese. They give them access. And even if you are a Ghanaian and you want to mine, they won't give you the access. But the moment someone from China comes to Ghana, then that person become God. They give him access to mine the resource. There was one lady from China called Aisha. He killed somebody he killed somebody on a mining site. They did nothing to him. They arrested her for some months. They released her. They said because of diplomatic ties with China, blah blah blah. Let us allow her. How dare you go to China, pollute their rivers, do illegal mining on their soil, and the Chinese will spare you. They will kill you. Even when our people take cocaine into their country, they kill the death penalty for such people. But we allow them. They come to Ghana, they pollute rivers, they pollute everything that we have. We do nothing to them. So they have realized the black man cannot manage anything. They are corrupt. They are dangerous. They don't care about human life. They don't care about their people. They don't care about women. They don't care about nothing. So that is the system. That is the reality in Africa right now. We have to speak with passion. We have to tell the truth. We have to let people to know what exists in Ghana. And you see, this world is real. Everything in this world is real. It is not like belief. Belief doesn't work. So if your leaders and your people think we live in the world with belief system, it will not work out because everything that we see is reality. That is why reality is catching us with the African people, because we are just portraying our real character, which is corruption, wickedness. That is what is in Africa, and the African continent doesn't want to move forward. So thank you guys for today's topic. You guys have done amazing, and I thank you for all the people who have also come on the show. Thank you very much. I'm done.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much, Mr. Jikum. Have said it a lot. Yeah, he has also said it a lot because if you can see even the last word, even he said you can't do that in China.
No.
You can't do
You
that
can't
in
do
China.
anything. Even a
You
China
can't do it
person
in
can't do
anywhere.
it in China.
You can't do it in anywhere. As a black man, you can't do it anywhere. Mr. Arno Francis. You be free. Why? You be free. My main friend, Mr. Collins. Na wajina so watch. Why? Mr. Arno, you be free. Why? I'm more Francis, bro. Mpacho fachem you be free. Abusia.
Miss, hey, Edisayo.
Yeah, teacher man.
Oh, thank you for this wonderful topic. Thank you. And now, for me, I don't think we're going to call your wife ASANTEWAA. We need to call her our wife. So, she'll put it on like our wife, so everybody knows. So far
One
as you are
husband
our
is
brother,
enough. I'm tired with him already. I'm tired with one.
Our wife means all of us, we love you because our brother,
Thank you.
we know him, he's a good man. And so other African women will see that when our brother marries a white woman, she is our wife. You understand?
Thank
Yes, she is our wife. So you are our wife. We love you. We respect you for everything that you're doing to help the black race. Not all white people will do what you're doing, to be honest with you. Not all white people will speak sincerely like the way you talk. And you speak with love and passion, and we really appreciate you a lot. And the topic is great, very great. You know, I'm just going to touch on some things that you said, and I think it's very profound for the things that you said earlier on. And you were talking about Kwame Nkrumah, the speech at 1957, right? 6 March 1957. And I'm going to use this word, betrayal, betrayal, betrayal. You see, Nkrumah was a visionary, you know, and he had good plans for Ghana, not just Ghana, but the whole Africa. Independence, all of us, we gained independence. America also went through the same colonial rules, and I believe you know that. The British were here in America, and they really, you know, hurt them a lot. And stood together, and they fought the British, and the British had no room anymore. But the British still have a little kind of hold on America, no matter how we say it. They still pay some kind of tax or something to them as a sign of respect, because before you get an independent, you need to come into an agreement with your colonial masters before they leave you alone. Yes, and at the end of the day, there's something that you give to them, which most of us don't really know. Kwame Nkrumah said something. He said, from today, we are free. Colonial freedom, independence. And Nkrumah's vision was not to bring the Westerns back into Africa. They gave him that opportunity to fight, to come out as the first person to bring independence to his country. But the independence that we have is not full independence. It's not that of America. It's not that of Australia or other, Western countries that were colonized by the British. So Nkrumah had a good vision for Ghana. He said freedom, independence. Independence means Nkrumah thought that he could have done things for his country. The little money that we had and all the resources that we had, Nkrumah had a vision to help his country. Nkrumah had a vision not to bring the white man on board, because he foresaw what the white man is capable of doing. What the white man was capable of doing was to destroy what the black man believes in and what the black man wanted to build. So Nkrumah was betrayed. Listen very carefully. Everyone listening. Nkrumah had a vision saying that the black man is capable of managing his own affairs, which is, for me and for what Nkrumah was trying to do, it was 100%. What he said, he meant it. He said, whatever he said, he meant it. That, you know what? The black man is capable of his own affairs. And Nkrumah was not just fighting for Ghana. If you look at it, Nkrumah was not just fighting for Ghana's independence or fought for Ghana's independence. Nkrumah was fighting for the whole entire Africa. That if Ghana is free and the whole entire Africa is not free, then our independence is meaningless. Yes, then it's for nothing. So Nkrumah's vision and the word that he said, he really meant it. But it all bubbles up to betrayal. We betray ourselves. Nkrumah was assassinated. He was killed, poisoned. You understand what I mean? Because of his vision for Africa, not just Ghana. He was not a selfish man. He was selfless. We really need to read into it. So I like the way you were constructing and talking. You really know your game, and I really appreciate that. You understand what I mean? Yes. So Nkrumah had a vision to help the country, to help Africa. But betrayal again and again and again, we continue to betray our own people. We continue to fight our own people. So Nkrumah first, the money that was in our coffers, are you there? The money that was in our coffers, Bank of Ghana, Nkrumah used some of that money to build the Akosumo Dam. Are you there? To build the Akosomo Dam. So Ghana became bankrupt because he had a vision that there's no energy, there's no light. So something needs to be built. So Nkrumah borrowed money, the money that we had, he used it in building industries and other things. So the white man started, bankrupting Ghana. So Nkrumah had to fight to get money from other African countries to be able to build. But the white man still had a say in the independence of Ghana. So you make mention of something. You said mentally. Physically, the people were free. But mentally, they still have these colonial rules in their mind. And it's up to date, all of us. The way we are talking is like we are not really reading into what Nkrumah was trying to do. Let me link this man, Muhammad Gaddafi. Let me link him to Kwame Nkrumah. Gaddafi was fighting for Africa, not just Libya. Listen, you see, when you look at these two men, yes, he was not fighting for Libya. Yes, that is the whole thing. We have to look at it. When they couldn't stop Gaddafi, Gaddafi was debt free. Libya was debt free.
And even if you hear the quote that Hillary Clinton made at that particular time, we came, we saw, we killed. They were doing nothing for the Libyan people. They were just protecting their own self. That was the only reason they killed that man. Because if he had succeeded in doing what he wanted to do, he'd have done what Nkrumah had planned to do in the first place, and he would have united Africa. There'd have been one currency. We wouldn't have Naira and cities, and there'd have been one country and one currency and one united Africa. And if that happens, the whole West will collapse because they will not know what to do with this superpower that is Africa.
Exactly. So when we are saying things like this, I really want to be on the side of truth and great history, because when you look at Gaddafi had the same vision to unite Africa, but what he did was to better his country, because they said charity begins at home. You got to take care of your home. When your home is clean, then you can go out there to clean the mess out there. So Nkrumah was trying to do whatever that he could. Gaddafi did everything, but he was betrayed by ex-President Obama. You see, the Westernese, the white men, will use your own people to betray you. They used Obama to betray Gaddafi, because Gaddafi saw that Obama is a black man. And he's also a black man, even though his skin is kind of a little colored. You understand what I mean? So he had to invite Obama to come to him. So he met Obama and they had discussions and everything. Then that was when the door was open for destruction. They destroyed Gaddafi because it was through Obama, because he was a black man. The same thing happened to Nkrumah by his own black people from Africa, Ghanaians. Those who were around him betrayed Nkrumah.
Betrayed him.
Yes, the same people betrayed him. He was so much into it to help Ghana, to help Africa, to get to a level. And Nkrumah did a lot of things, all the industries, everything that he did. When the other presidents came in, they could not continue because they were controlled by the Westernese. You understand what I mean? So Nkrumah had a vision. Nkrumah knew, and nobody should say that the black man is never capable of managing his own affairs. Black man is more than capable, is more than anything to manage his own affairs. But it's just that betrayal is what is killing Africa. Betrayal is what is destroying us. When Abu and when you guys started coming on Facebook, the number was good. The viewers were very good. We went to 100 and change. All of a sudden, some people sat down and started thinking, look at this guy. They just came and they are getting viewers. You understand what I mean? You see, the mentality, like you said earlier on, the mentality. You see independence, you see freedom, but in your mind, there's this kind of hatred and betrayal that we possess so much. So nobody should be blaming Nkrumah for anything. What he said is 100% thing that he said. He said the black man is capable, and it is true. It's just that the Westerners, the white man, don't want to see the black man rising to the highest peak of life. The white man doesn't want to see the black man are rising to the highest peak of life. That is the problem. You have independence, but your resources are not free. Your resources are still under colonial rule. How do you stop this kind of thing? It starts with what you said, mental. The people. If the mentality of the people are restructured, letting them have a high self-esteem, knowing that what they have, they can really capitalize on it. They can really make something better out of it. Then it means that the mental slavery thing will be cut off. But it is not cut off because our people are still sleeping and they are still under colonial rule. How do you come out of this? That is what is the most important thing that we really need to discuss more as this topic is. How do we get out of it? If we are able to get out of it, we all of us will believe that Abu Trika is able to manage his own affairs. Nobody feeds Abu Trika. Abu Trika goes to work. He works hard to feed his family. It means Abu Trika is more than capable of managing his own affairs. The only time Abu Trika will not be able to manage his own affairs is when there's an intruder. When there's a camera, when the FBI comes after Abu Trika, that Abu is doing well. Abu is driving a nice car, forgetting that Abu has been going to work and working so hard. When your house is being intruded, when there's burglary, when thieves comes into your house, it means they disarray you. They torture you mentally because you begin to think that I had the gold hidden somewhere. Has these people taken the gold? You see, that is what it is. So when we are speaking and we are really discussing about this Nkrumah fiasco and all of these things that he said, Nkrumah really meant it. Nkrumah wanted Ghana to have one language. You understand what I mean? If the tree was the most dominant language, Nkrumah's vision was to bring that into power. But because of the influence of the white man, even though you have independence, because we didn't have weapons like the way they did have weapons, and they still do have weapons, it was very difficult to fight them because you do not have the weapon. So Abu Trika is capable and powerful in managing his wife. You are managing your family. Charity begins at home. So when Nkrumah says that the black man is capable of managing his own affairs, it's true. It's just that when an intruder comes in, when a thief comes in, when somebody is trying to overpower you, if the person sees they have weapons that they can use to destroy you, that is when the problem comes in. That is when Abu Trika cannot really manage his affairs anymore because somebody is always watching him and he becomes paranoid. Somebody is always looking at him. So Abu Trika will always be looking over his shoulders because somebody is watching him. Because somebody is telling Abu Trika how to manage his wife. But Abu Trika has been managing his wife ever since they met as girlfriends before they become husband and wife. Abu Trika has been doing it, but now there's somebody else who is advising your wife to collapse you. There's somebody who is advising Abu Trika to collapse the wife. That is where all these things, hula balloons, comes in, that the black man cannot manage his own affairs. But the black man can. The black man will be able to do anything, everything that he puts his head or his mind to it. It's just that the intruder and the betrayer is too much. The betrayer has destroyed Africa. The betrayer has destroyed Ghana. The betrayer is making no vision to be accomplished. Things cannot be accomplished because of betrayal, because of greed, because of betrayal. That is why we cannot get to the highest peak of life. That is why we are still being, hunted by the right race. If you kick them out, they will tell you that the kind of funds that they are giving to you, the kind of help that they are supporting you in your healthcare system, in some kind of area, they will cut off that fund. They will stop funding you. That is where the fear comes in. Sometimes we have to understand the presidents a little bit. They are scared of war. They are scared because these people have made themselves so powerful, too powerful, with all the weapons of mass destruction, with everything that can destroy humanity. They have it in their possession. That is why most of the times the presidents, I think they really want to do good with us. But it's just that the control and the fear of the Western powers. They don't want to do something. But your own brother in the political party will go and stand with those people. And they will betray you. They will kill you. They will mess you up. They will destroy everything that you have. And they'll put somebody that confounds with their vision to destroy your own country. That is what it is. So Nkrumah said it right. He said Abu Trika is capable. Look at let me say this. Look at the Black Stars. Look at the coach, Kwesi Appiah. Because he's a black man. The betrayal is too much. Everybody is trying to control him. He's not of himself. It's about an interest. You understand what I mean? So the man has a good strategy. He has a good brain. He has played the game before, like Abu Trika, your husband. If you put Abu Trika to coach the Black Stars, and if nobody is controlling Abu Trika, if nobody is trying to betray him, Abu Trika can manage the Black Stars very well, and he can go far in the African tournament, and he can go to the World Cup and go far. But there are people that are trying to control Abu Trika. There are people that are trying to tell him words that will put him into like fear, that if he doesn't listen to them, he's going to lose his job. So Abu Trika has good players that can play for the Black Stars, but because of the leaders, because of betrayal, because of gossip, because of greed and hatred, they have to bring somebody who cannot play better than the players that Abu Trika wanted to select and put them on the pitch. That is what is happening. Intruders, our own killers, our own people are betraying us. Our own people. Look at Avram Ben Moshe. Moshe is out there. Moshe, we all knew the truth, but it was so hard for us to come out. It was so hard for us to come out and say Jesus never existed. But this young man took it upon himself. He came out there and said Jesus never existed. He has followers. But now look at the betrayer from his own people. Look at the betrayer trying to cut off the vision that this young man has. The enthusiasm that this young man has to bring to board for all of us to be follower of the good teachings and the awakening and the enlightenment that this young man has brought to Africa. Is betrayal. We are betraying ourselves every minute of our lives. Look at what they are doing to Avram. Look at what they are saying to Avram. Look at everything. And like you said, my sister, like you said, mental. There's a problem here. Mental. Look at what they are doing to Avram. The same thing they are doing to Avram, the same thing they're going to do to me. The same thing they're going to do to Abu Trika and his wife. When they see you that you are out there bringing and speaking the truth, they find all ways and means in a way to destroy your vision. That is exactly what they did to Kwame Nkrumah. That is exactly what they did to him. If they know they're not going to benefit, Avram Ben Moshe is making the churches, the pastors not to get money anymore. People are not paying their tithe anymore. So they have to find all ways and means either to assassinate him, either to frustrate Avram Ben Moshe in a way that his vision that he has to liberate the mental slavery of the black man from religion, they'll find all ways and means to stop you. It's either they assassinate you like the way they did to Nkrumah, the way they did to Gaddafi. It's either they do that, frustrate you, cut you off from the media, do every possible thing to make sure that you go down because you are bringing what is right. You are saying what is right. That is the black man. That is the mentality. So it's not that Abu cannot take care of his house. Abu and myself, we are capable, more than capable, to do anything, everything. We know how to treat our women. We know how to treat our women. We know. We didn't used to beat our women. No. If your father in America, white man beats his wife. If you know the amount of problems and cases in court and why a lot of people are in prison, it's about domestic abuse. They beat their wife.
Same here.
Yes, it's in human nature. So it's not that we don't know how to treat women. We know how to treat women. We know how to take care of our women. We know how to do things. It's just that there's a brainwash. And like you said, once again, mental. That is what needs to be taken out. So all the things that we are saying, it's not that America don't have problems. America do have a lot more problems. But they try to solve it internally. But for us, we Africans, we put our things out there. We mess ourselves up. We destroy our own selves. We drink, we give poisons to our own brothers and sisters. So Africa, the black man, like my sister is saying, like Nkrumah said, you are capable. No matter how you see it, no matter how we've been controlled, no matter how we've been hit so hard in life, no matter how the intruder is trying to oppress us, Abu Trika is more than capable to manage his own affairs. The only time he cannot, once again, let me repeat that, is when there's an FBI, when there is a CIA looking for him, trying to bring Abu Trika down, trying to bring him down, trying to put him in chains, trying to destroy Abu Trika. That is when Abu cannot take care of his own house. Because if Abu, God forbid, if Abu goes to prison and his money is being confiscated, how are you going to be able, my sister, how are you going to be able to take care of the kids? How are you going to have that loving arms of Abu protecting you? You don't have no protection anymore because the man that you feel he protects you has been taken away from you. How are you going to live? Then your home becomes crumbled. That is exactly what is happening to Africa. That's exactly what is happening in America. The black man is always being profiled, chained, being put into prison. So our women are prostituted because they don't have any man to take care of their kids. They don't have any man to take care of the women. So the men are in prison. So for me, anytime I drive, I'm very careful. I was pulled over about a week ago by the police. He said I ran a red light. And I knew it was not red light. But I had to, because I know that anytime they stop you, when they're coming towards you, they put their hands on their guns. They put their hands on their guns. They can shoot you. If you say any stupid thing, they can say that you are trying to threaten them. And they feel threatened. So they have to defend their lives. That is the problem. So I have to stay still because I know them. So he asked me, do you know why I pulled you over? I said, sir, I don't know why you pulled me over. But in my heart, I know he's going to say I ran a red light. And I knew it was not a red light. And he said, did you know you ran a red light? I said, no, sir, please. I did not run a red light. It was yellow. And my speed, I could not even stop. It was about 40 miles per hour on 45. I wasn't even going over the speed limit. But I knew the way they are. So I said, you know what? I'm sorry. I didn't run it, but I'm sorry if you recorded it, this and that. Just forgive me. That's what I said to him. And he looked at me and said, your license and registration and your insurance. I told him I don't have my insurance. I have it on my phone. So I pulled it out and I showed him. He went into the car. He checked and said, he came back. He said, you have a good record. I don't want to mess up your record. I like the way you talk, but next time be very careful. I'm giving you a warning. They're putting us in chains so we cannot manage our affairs. Look at what they did to Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby, yes, nobody condones with drugging a woman, sleeping with a woman under the influence of alcohol or drugs. No one, I don't attest to that. I don't like that. But they put him down because of a television station that he was going to buy. They had to destroy him, bring all these women onto board to say things against that man, the black man, who has been able to manage his business all these years. Think about it. Steve Harvey, when they say that you're a black man, you are going up in life, they have to find a way to pull you down. Steve Harvey, they're trying to take everything away from Steve Harvey. Michael Jackson, look at all the black people. They were able to manage their own affairs. They want their family, when they have money, like Abu Trika, he has money. He wants you to live nice, beautiful. That is what the black man does. That is who we are. We like to take care of our women. We like to make our women look good. But if you don't have the money, people think that you don't want to take care of your woman. But if you have little money, the black man is capable. I am capable. We are all capable. So we should think about that and put our brains together and stop the betrayal, the hatred for Abu, the hatred for his wife, because she's white. If she's white, she's a human being. She's white. She has the right to speak her mind. She has the right to talk about black people. She has the right to speak to black people. She's married to black man. She knows her husband. She knows what her husband is capable of doing. That is what we have to look at and know that, yes, no matter how we see it, Ghana will be better someday to come. No matter how Ghana is moving, I believe, I'm not a man who believes, but I know and I believe a little bit that Ghana, a time is coming, maybe not you and myself, our lifetime, maybe 20 years' time, maybe 30 years' time, when we are old, Ghana will be somewhere. No matter how we say it, Ghana will pick up. As the vision for Nkrumah, it will stand very much. Thank you very much for your time and you listening to me. I really appreciate you guys, and continue with the good work. And let us all support you guys, and also CSF, Avram Bemoshe, wherever he is, big ups to him. Avram, continue to do the good job. Don't let anything stop you. We are all behind you. Abu's wife is a white woman. She's behind you. All of us, we are behind you, and we'll forever be with you, Avram. No matter how the Christian sees things, no matter how the Muslim sees anything, for us, we are CSFs, and we are here to stay. Nothing is going to stop us. We are unstoppable, unchangeable, unbreakable. That is who we are. We are CSF, and forever we stand with Avram, P. Black, and Yahuda. Thank you very much. Forever. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you. Lose their mind soon.
Mr. Collins Asante, God bless you.
I don't have
The
really.
nature guides you. Together we can make it. You have said it all. He said a lot.
Yes.
And he's even some of the words. See, you can see it.
Yes.
See, I have what did we call it?
We call it goosebumps.
Goosebumps. Mr. Collins, goosebumps cry there.
Yes.
It's too much.
It's very strong.
It's very strong,
very
and
strong.
sad story.
And even as he's talking about the viewers, you will see them drop.
Yeah.
Same chip chap, and for many.
You see, they have already said this, and as what he's saying, Mr. Amon Francis Bachomefro, as he was saying, people have come to the back door. People have come to the back door. My brother.
Yeah. Good evening.
Thank you, my brother. Welcome to the nation prophet.
I want to give much the viewers and the listeners.
Yeah.
Just have a few words to say, then I go back. You see, all what we are talking is very nice. But my problem is hello.
We can hear you. I think I think that we can hear you. We can hear you well. So you can come back again and also give your contribution because it's much beautiful, appreciated. It's not easy. Some of the stuff that you see, that is why we see people have the vision, people have that confidence that. But as Mr. Collins also was saying, can I do it? If I do it, what will be the outcome? Can I do this? Since we started making this program, black man is very difficult, but nkakra. The first time we make this program, we get some people calling outside, inboxing us, this and that and that and that. People even was ready for us to even to go to FM stations. And now, those people again come back later. Oh, I was sitting with this guy and I was watching your videos and he is telling me, how can you go to his program so that he will get more viewers? More viewers doesn't give me money. More viewers doesn't give. If only one person's life change,
That's it.
we make change. No, so blacks should move that hypocrisy. I want to be always ahead. That will not make the nation Africa to grow up. Meaning, yeah, that was it's you.
Mika Chi and I said Mika Bofo.
You can see a bravo.
Okay. Me that was me church for you now. And some more kind now say idea a good pa, but the problem is say you can't you need solution no. South Asia, we speak, but there's no solution. Because Jeminim said soldier ni kokun na so feria they come back to the drawing board. Yeah, drawing board need him. And some are fighting your drawing board no and need here you kwana year you go back to know where you fail. You need share uba brochira wahu. Ayane said there is no law in Africa. And no correct. Why? Because they don't teach us law when we are wrong. So I know you South Asia law no mon try abra yen kola. But over Europe, ye tram kwano law abra mo yen kola so omben no munim law no.
Munim law no.
Obi awie secondary school, obi awie university, but onim the law of Ghana. Police in China, you can so to black no tia. So how can you come out of this? I was saying yet to me, enya obi a man for make me call back to the system from the nurse. Any because we share on time now. Now you try adio on quality of fear. So we enya papa we a year. That system now bloated that's you more obomi won the back it to before kon be about 5 years no ni nyama beble
yes
nkola no share na wo Ghana ominim sa Ghana law no yenim what that's the one problem and the law no enya dimo Ghana da so we sit down me patch no because there be a bit na Facebook na ye kasa back you need drawing board ahead there ye koso ekoye ayi ye koye ye mistakes no eya na ye say your friend is saying aduma ni on my name South Asia look at me part say credit Japan the nipa of video mo a day It be sound said your can send the pan of Befana because you feed this and the one for the Japan back and a bed of Befa. So, your problem. Now, maybe problem now me want to say the problem was created by the citizens and ya blofuno. Because Abrocharum say, I didn't minimum say Italy, Germany, France. Though you're different country, but blofuno to some more day back home.
No matter how baby will free by, sa brofu subanu wulimu.
So, but African, you need side because of share individual agena ye no. So, it's MY, but Uber Brocha your cooperative. Abrofuno me as made the elbow. Me kai say, okay, crash Facebook na. You will be a cooperative. Said ye be a me a my day. Abum but and side you need side no. She letter you send to African and Africa you send the letter, but over Bucha almost send the letter to houses.
Yes.
But yes, idea yeah, na ye no that na ye jalo. Abluchom da so ye. Because of say ye the near TV no, TV na ye the near si no, and na area ye. Because say mama blocha ka minim say letter na ye teacher ye that so you should wo hanu mama blocha ka minim.
Back home we stop like sending letters like this, but here you get all your bills sometime in your phone. You get a receipt in your phone, but you will still get the letter, so you won't miss the two.
Although I do charge you extra.
I was saying you mean nipa wutu omunsi wo. No bet na abrochebe about 10 years. No go back to Africa as a teachers. No tire village by village, town by town, house by houses. Ne yetumi ade afa yentuma na ade afira bra yes anya duma.
Easy.
Because the problem was problem no what say problem was not created by social media. So we can't solve the problem in social media. Because before Mbabe side of Africa no omo tena se e plan e adwen ho and omo bad as a reality. So the mecha nti e wo say ye yetumi nya manfo a omo to mo so mbeden omo adiketi and kwa na ye wo omo foforo no because your generation dey blind nya duma.
Asem
Omo ye wo omo foforo omo ba no e na ye say ye mothers for no omo tumi adiketi nkura no na mother no kwampo onim Ghana lo no watumi a kire ne ba.
asem no
Blah,
asempa.
Mami for sure. I need no because you need drawing board no. Nti o say mutumi fine benya drawing board. Na ya koso akosuya de. Asa ya ko physical. Na anya sade a emwaye.
Se metwa wa no kra na un se first no. Na efi wo Ghana pawo. Ebia ni yesusan. Oh, ye nyini de but ye be example. Na yesusan ye ya pala ye wo ye nsi ye wo sama ye wo. So
yes,
sama ya wo sama fie. Enti no se woto ball ani gu fie ho na wonim se ye den ya sama be de. Ebe ba be sama. Enti no na even na ball anu wo ho na efie no e wo ho de but bra. Can you imagine say a couple of years here a day in temu anytime you start to jai lampo twane yisa anoma no emu ho no fa ne fa yen toto ho and the plastic bags if you adore you krom Ghana eye ene because first no na yenim say if you wo na that time so na ye almost say anibie ni ho because me mani bie time na almost started for metima ka say the first phone na me hu ye Nokia 3010 ni bi was that time na phones ni na vibration ni so sa phone no almost started ya no almost vibrations ye den metima ka say me kura na sa time mu ho no mu bi no na ye den me mani cha say me so yi kakra na even that time go ban na unam nkran ukon nkran ni ade na oh ene you don say ufa colleague one na say ho na ukunu say fi ye den ewo ho no but ene efina do so sini before no because say o ka say ye kire nkwala ade before no mu be na kan ya kura ni ho enso na ye so ye kerosene and so na ye see ade so akwala ye ade akwala acha kura no na ye teacher kura hunu wo kroma otimi ye den ebu otimi ye osan ya no wan enne woni na wo de won sa akoka obi akwala no kura wo ka asema che no ombu ade but what can we do because now ye be kase ye be use social media no na say even kura no enko obi tirima mana ya as individual me fa ne say social media na ama nsema ye kan wo so de wadwe nkire ya ba bio eti sa enon kakra no say anye the whole entire nation another continent no kura at least we can get some people who can go out from this brainwash no man will say oh say when also when you say me di kan first say me pe me sika me dwen say government in yeden embra me bo ansa na me metidi me ntwe say government mfa kane embra me ho ansa na maso kane eti me fie nyina me wo bibia ho so what I say but me pe say kuro ni yeye na ye nyina ye di so mfaso so what enti no say me fan say ye no ye pe say even obi na owa bontin pono an kompanifo ni tirimu mpo na enkwala kakra na anase ebi mo omo wa aso no obetimi dia ye adisuade na omo so omu no kwan ye na bra kasa ne ye beka na so ye be ne den ye kampanifo onye omo na use of phones akese omo na ekoko de hotel akese de ye kan nye se mpanifo ni hu ena se si akra you wonye nipa ye se wo travel before ha who send message akọ Ghana tete no David Lumba mo bo me ya ka kwantu mu saa nyum no mbo boy omo de fa cassette so omo record bu cassette so e no omo de ye dey send ba envelope obi oboga ayi Germany boga oko Ghana e ye de man no de share ni bag mu de koy but in nyame adwe woto wonyuma obetima record onyo no de ato Facebook na obi abetibi wo Ghana enti saate ayi systems si an yenim se sempenifo no omotina omukrom kra no omuntu kwan kra na because of internet intim ombe hunu kwan a emrofo efa so a omora ne omokantu no enye se ye mo omora metna ga ayi abrotin for 10 years and after 4 years and whatever they know it omuni ade a ye kan omuni but ade na affect omo so these problems no affect omo because when they sick they will go to Europe. Their kids will go to Europe. Their girlfriends will go to Europe. Almost a garment. Me minister here. When him done a knee back, Aqualani, what the Aqualana for Germany, and now many will say, Mineka Yaba, and yes, Minister Nanimo, because of Minister name per se, or no year. Any the bush near the Hunchino. And now Obama to Jimmy and also one million some, also only the bush near the secret. And on Matthew Aqualana, and on the Aquatina, a German. I can't know the call German because a one cat pen, a it will bet me like a craft buying up to a did in crack after we need it. A palamo for 1 month baby or did it be up. So, 1824, woman, the air coming in the dear woman, but I have brought, but you can't see a cat, yeah, Capran, your Benny, Dana. Let's say, Yanni, you better, you see, you don't boom, son,
the Okano, Matuase, and okay, on say sometimes, I sound so can say Ghana, you will be a South Asia. Wafa, so one tadie. Now one shot, and our tade who need the value are there at the Yama what are the value behind the any so. South Asia. Go to now, you see, ye one now, or ye now, you want to be a dear plow say, we are rich, your resources no. Dear na ye need to go to me in our country, dear ye to the year. And only idea was say you to me, so we need engineers or make me and any good no. Edia yen pa boa ma obi o man numa to dia and don't forget you go to no man assassin as it.
Sir,
South Asia because nipa no ba betu no on me ko school Brunin catch say Brunin catch say omo they will always hold us. And me bisa say I dey see because you patrol but you nim kwa e fa so e dey etu patrol no. You need materials no, you need we na e dey ba betu patrol na dey afri asase na say amana patrol omo no mo wo sa dem tu negotiation no. So who person to a no be favor no be there obey. So it's normal. Say the woman ja oil no go with the ancestors na nante so. Since obeka himself, who oil, who diamond that diamond who nim the quiet factory to whom the idea. Say to try a new company, you do oil no go so mama yam farm plan say yeah rich. And I was gonna also can now say at the what is the value of the light?
No.
Yes, it is sad na ya Ghana from the kasa ye was ka ye wo abrofo ade bi omu yisu. Emo say yes, ade no fa so to say.
Omu yisu ade.
Anything that bia for so many years ena ye anything that ye kofra man for so metu. Oiti Ghana ni bia no obet my kasa me kwa kosua machine na ye no. Na me ama ba be na ma ba betu.
Dabi.
So,
no kosua kura oba ebeku.
Why? Ena obi ye tablocha no say ade ba ko oku Africa paye payment no ye pay nenye ye no obi tablocha obi to Africa ye the same work but a month be 25 million. So
I don't cry ni tibi ye na eba o.
Ofa your problem to the mama fancy no bi mla wa na esa na mi tiye me ya.
But your memory
because so transnational green culture means we have problem. And we are not ready to change. We are not ready to change. And any problem
no. No, we don't know. Now we don't know who should we what should we do? Now we don't know. But as here can kakran baby.
Mobimla na
Midas. No contribution. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye. He said it. Yeah. He talked a lot, and all what he was also saying is good. It's really good, and I know it will help. All what he's saying about like now we keep on talking about this, we're doing this, we that, we fighting, but it's like nothing comes out. What can we do now? You know, but gradually,
everything,
yes, gradually it will come. As far as the message is getting to people, I think it will come. And you know, Ghana or Africa, we have something that can help the nation, something that can help you and me. Nobody don't want to. They don't want to hear it. They want to hear that, oh, there was a woman who go here and just make a naked on the roadside, and the people were saying
scandal.
Just scandal, just stuff like that. But something that you will talk to make a change, they don't want it. No, but we won't stop. We won't stop. So we will just try and end the program. But anybody who wants for now, just a last caller can come in. But if not, then we will say thank you very much and for your contribution and your time, your bundle, your data. You have done a lot. You guys have done a lot, and we are much appreciated. And together we can make it. We are not gonna stop. Please, we should share the video. We should make it big. We should follow and share the videos, because this message particularly is very good message. It's really strong words for our people, for ourselves, and for the
future generations.
So it's very good topic, and I really appreciate for this topic particularly. It's very nice for me, and
I'm happy you like it.
yes, I don't know how to thank you for your contribution, everything that Mr. Collins Mefro, why Mefro, yeah Mefro. So
why him? Why not me?
oh,
Why not me call you? I'm more interesting than him.
yeah. And so I think we have to make a movement, and
We are making it already.
we also take this opportunity. People should try. Anybody should try and share the video. Anybody should try and share the video, and no matter how many people on the planet platform, but how the people can share the message to reach people is more important. So we should share the video so that it can get to where we want this message to get. And we will take this opportunity to also, there's some stuff going with our Abraham. Many
This
things
one.
are going to.
I think
Just have a specific
Yes.
a word to
the person
a
who's
message for Abraham. No, a message for Abraham.
you done so I can talk now?
Yeah, a message for Abraham. For me.
The man who started this entire movement. Now we can see this by biting and this as you say, you're the fellow black man trying to bring the black man down, who is trying to give a message to the black man that can help the black man. So here in Australia, we actually call that tall poppy syndrome. Poppies are a flower, and they all grow at the same level. And the one that will try and grow taller, the other poppies will come and engulf it and drag it back down so that it can't be the tallest poppy in the field. That is what is happening to Abraham Ben Moshi. So all of us CSF people, we all need to get behind Abraham and P Black and Yahuda so that they can also continue the message. As I said before, Nkrumah was talking about even after he passes away, he has lit this light in Ghana and Africa that will be seen for all of the people. That light went out, and Abraham has relit it. And we need to keep that fire burning so that the future generations can have the Ghana and the Africa that they deserve.
Yep.
So we all need to get behind Abraham Ben Moshi and Yahuda and P Black, and the entire CSF family need to get behind these men and keep pushing them. Keep be on the TV. Boycott daily TV so they have no viewers at all. They'll be forced to bring him back. If not, another TV station will bring him on when they see the damage that is done. Boycott it. We have to find a way to support Abraham Ben Moshi and his people with this movement, because what is happening to them now is not fair. It's what we call the tall poppy syndrome. You people have to stop destroying people who are trying to just help and get a message out there. It's enough. It's a time for Africans to stop destroying Africans just because you don't like the message that he's giving. The reason this thing is happening is because of the Christians and the pastors. They don't want to lose their money. And that is what's happening. These corrupt people are losing money. So now we have this tall poppy syndrome where we're going to attack them and destroy them to stop this movement. This movement can't stop. It has to keep going.
No.
It has to keep going because it's very, very important for the enrichment of Africa.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you.
Then on behalf of my wife and the family of CSR.
CSF.
My
I
work
think
is.
you spend too much time at that place.
Bro.
CSR. You will sit here and promote these people whilst they don't pay you enough.
My work is CSR.
Faustina, good.
And my movement also is CSF. So CSF. I'm lucky guy. Okay. So on behalf of me and my wife and our daughter and the CSF family, we have a message for Abraham Ben Moshi, P Black and Yahuda. Coach any omoka huma Abraham ejumani nyina eko animu. CSF for Yenai. CSF, we are still behind you, Abraham Ben Moshi. We have a lot of people who have big platform, but did they mention your name there? But Abraham Ben Moshe was the founder of their pages. When Abraham Ben Moshe was starting his movement, those people was nobody. So they were trying to use Abraham Ben Moshe to be like they are on CSF family. But they wasn't.
No, look, at the end of the day, they only bring him there for the viewers.
That is why I said
that's it.
Yeah.
And now that thinking that this movement wasn't going to, it would be like a fad, you know, like when the bell-bottom jeans came in, or when you guys all started wearing your clothes backwards because of crisscross in America, and the, you know, the cross colors and the, you know, all of these fads. That's what they thought this was. This was just going to be a fad that will die out. So let's just jump on that. We'll get our viewers while we can. And now what is happening is the pastors are not getting money. The mosques are not getting money. They're getting less people coming. The chiefs are suffering. The government can see what's happening. And even this movement to quash him is even from outside, not only just inside the country. So for that one, you know, we need to have their back and support them, because it's what we call tall poppy syndrome. So immediately that these TV seen, okay, and you know the TV people, they get their money from the government and the churches and all that stuff as well, with their preachers preaching their crap on their shows. So they're at risk of, okay, now if these people don't get money, then we too are, they're not going to give us money. So now we have to stop this Abraham, and that's exactly right. So we need to get behind him. Yes. Let's start our own TV station. And we'll just run Abraham and CSF 24 hours.
CSF.
Boycott daily TV.
CSF.
Boycott daily TV.
We are capable of making our own television show.
We've been sitting here for nearly 4 hours talking, and people are watching us. So what do we need daily TV for? He started his movement without them. He can finish it without them. He doesn't need daily TV.
So we CSF people, who built that TV station? Who is that? Who is daily TV? What money he have even? You can build a TV station, we cannot. You laugh. You, this man can build a daily TV. And we cannot. We CSF, we can. What a TV station! Did he build that TV station in the sea? It's not sea. It's on the land. And the land. What did you use for your TV station? It's just a machines. It's just a machines. It's machines that you use. And so we can buy a machines. We can buy a machine. CSF.
That's it.
CSF. We can buy a machines. The TV station is a machines. It's a technology.
Look at Kofi TV. He started with a YouTube channel.
Kofi. YouTube. Abraham was even he was even perfect in his this. All the Kofi or whatever, they all use Abraham to make their
right. So I mean, I think we all know why this has happened to Abraham with daily TV. So what I would call is for all CSF people to boycott daily TV.
Yes. Everybody don't waste his time to go the daily TV. So almost if you love me with my wife, my kid, my dog, my cat. Even if I have a snake, even if you're afraid of it, you have to love it. So if you love Abraham, and now Abraham, this is what they want to do to Abraham there. Then we too, we go, because baby, I have Papa call any identity where a CSF founder is what soldiers are.
Yes.
So the soldiers cannot go and stay in a brigade where Nana Kufuado is not there. No, we stay where Abraham is.
Yes.
So whether Abraham go to YouTube, Abraham go to whatever, Abraham decide. Message for CSF CSF, let's come together. CSF, let's come together. Whatever we can do to support Abraham Ben Moshe, we should do it. Before, we were giving money for, like, some of pastors. Before, we were paying for, some of imams. They call themselves malams. And we get nothing from it. Abraham came, he gave us a message. And that message have changed us since we stopped doing all that stuff. So that money that we were giving for them, we should use it for Abraham's side and build something better for him. So CSF, we will make a movement. We just want to wait for Mr. Abraham and his team to complete everything. Then we get the actual message. When we get the message,
We want CSF. We make some fundraising to support Abraham. This money is not coming to me. It's not coming to OBRONI ASANTEWAA. It's going to the Abraham Ben Moshe, his account and his name. We will just only bring their account number. We give everything for you. Then you are $1, $2, $3, $4, $5. CSF. It will come to a time we need to make our own television station.
Yes.
When we do that, and all the messages, if Abraham even is not there, the people are already out there that they can continue the good job Abraham is doing. So CSF, let's wake up and let's support our own. Let's support our own, because when Owusu Bempah was attacked by the Muslims last time, that he prophesied that the chief imam would die, when the people go there who fight for that Owusu Bempah, it was his church members who fight for him. It was his church members who do everything for him. So CSF, if Abraham Ben Moshe and his crew, P Black Yehuda, if these people and coach, if they are in this kind of way that people want to push them, CSF, we need to do contribution. We need to make a fundraise for Abraham Ben Moshe. Even every month, if you get $2, $3, $4, this one is from CSF, our heart. We don't want anybody to go and use the, hey, Abraham Ben Moshe is asking for money. Abraham Ben Moshe doesn't need your money. The time even he have nothing, the time that he was preaching in Nungwa station, that time he was still by himself. Now he can eat. Now he has somewhere that he have built to a level that even some people, because of love, some people can give him something. Understand? So we have to do contribution, but not now. We will finalize everything. We will talk to the team and the management and all the CSF, everybody, every CSF. Don't sit in Europe and say CSF to the wall, CSF to the wall. Don't. Saying without action doesn't make the movement to grow up. So we need to make action. So CSF, we are coming. Now we are coming like Kakai. So Abraham and his team, Abraham and his people, we are 100% with you and we will not stop. If even it comes to a critical, we will buy you a TV station. We CSF, we will make a television station for Abraham Ben Moshe. So CSF to the world, let's share the video, tag Abraham, tell Abraham, CSF, we will make him always our king. We love him and God bless you. God bless all the CSF fans.
Before you sign off, and as we're sitting here thanking everybody, there are a few people that have been here since we started the program, right up to now, getting to 4 hours. Faustina, Collins, and the names I couldn't tell you all of them, but there are some of you that have been here. The guy who's hitting like, I'm sorry, your name I can't remember. I do know it. It's there. So Faustina, particularly I think every single video we've done, you have been here from the start. Collins.
So this one, even Peter Achampong.
So there's quite a few of you who have been here since we turned this camera on this evening. For those guys, thank you so very, very, very much. We really, really appreciate it. It's not easy to sit and listen to people talk for so many hours and continue to contribute and do all of that stuff. So without you guys, then we wouldn't even have anybody watching us to sit here and do it. So
and half Nipper,
half Bosom.
He said they block his page.
They said that. Yes. And they reduce the viewers and all sorts of stuff. Now they limit the amount of people that can see it. So we just have to keep moving forward. But what I was really just wanting to thank the people that have been thank everybody that's come and watched and joined and contributed. but particularly these people that have sat here since we
Yes,
turned this camera
yes,
on,
please
right up
keep on
until
liking
now.
and liking
We
and
appreciate
liking.
you
We
guys so
appreciate
much,
it.
and
Yes.
happy to receive. You can inbox us, give us your feedback, anything you think we can add,
Yes.
or any ideas you have for the next one. Then
Nana Braco.
Nana Braco,
Nana
yes,
Braco,
Nana Braco, and I know because he has that ASANTEWA picture there.
Picture,
Yes, so
Nana
he's
Braco.
also come
Yes,
many.
yes,
So
he has also done well.
bless all of you, and
Yes,
thank you
yes,
so very
yes.
much for
Thank
spending
you,
your data
thank you,
and time.
Mr. Dukum, Mr. Umar, for your contribution, Mr. Asante,
Yes.
Mr. Chese Bibre, Brass Ankofa, Nyami Inshira also, Nyami Inshira Opa, what, Nyami Inshira Munina. God bless you all, and I know we are moving forward, and we will try CSF to make a television station for Abraham. Even if we cannot now, we will make that fundraise and keep supporting him, whether he will go to FM stations, whether he will go to TV stations to preach. For now, we will CSF people, we will do that and support Abraham Bemushe.
Yes.
God bless you all, and salam.
Thank you.
Bye. The best here at Sunday for a different topic. So let's keep on follow and share. I love you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.